And
Hoi.
hello, everyone, and welcome to
Hello.
Conquerors of Nolyn. It's been a while, a hot minute, as the kids say. I
One whole
guess.
hot minute.
Yeah, I guess
It's
that
a magic measurement.
some kids do say that.
It's the hottest minute.
So,
It's not safe for work minutes.
last time around in Delicious Team Red's eventful game day thing, it was eventful as fuck. Because everything that could have happened. Because Team Red found themselves trapped in the Shadowfell after following a lead, trying to find where a piece of bread that transformed into an owl would lead them to, and they found kobolds being drowned, in the process of getting drowned by sirens. And then the party took them out, and after the sirens surrendered, the party then forced the sirens to lead them to their leader or whoever. Whereupon the party found out a Azimar who was reviving these kobolds into zombolds. Well, not reviving, but reanimating. And then, after some battle ensued, they found themselves trapped in another plane of existence, the Shadowfell. Once there, the party decided, you know what, this place sucks, let's get out of here. So they immediately chewed down on their berries and went into the pocket plane that apparently belongs to Halser. Whereupon they found their friendly satyrs and darklings, was it? Yeah, darklings. Who were just taking care of the place as best as they could with whatever limited resources they had. After doing that for a while, the unresting, of course, the party then finally decided to torture the guy, the Azimar, to force him to open back the portal and take them back into the material plane, because apparently this pocket dimension, once you leave it in the same place where you entered it, so you can use that as a portal to move through planes, pretty much. So,
We're not evil, promise.
right?
It fine.
Then you return to the Shadowfell, whereupon you force the guy to open the portal for you, which he did. And you all cross the portal just as you found a big gargoyle, whose name I don't remember, so don't ask. It's written down somewhere, but I'm not gonna look for it.
Koshuk bait.
Ojuk Bait, yes. Who then told you guys not to return because you are leaving and you do not belong to the Shadowfell, and apparently he's under services for the god of night and secrets, one Eaglebath. And then he told you guys that he would be breaking the portal on the other side and hoped that you would dismantle the portal on this side, which you then did. Then you reunited with the Sirens, who were on the outside by the guard drake that was guarding them, I guess. And then all of you, 11 of you? Yes, 11-ish of you made your way back into Redemption, whereupon you handed them over to the guild to be tried or whatever, and have the guild help the Sirens make their way back home in any way, and also to be judged by their crimes against koboldness. Then, all of you made your way into the Feywild, because you had just did a long rest in the middle of the afternoon and were not at all sleepy. So you decided, no, I might as well enjoy nighttime and go do some dungeoneering and exploring. So you went to the Feywild on your own. Upon happening on the Feywild, you came to the Lake of Lilies, where you previously had met a Dryad, and this time around you met her again. Apparently under some sort of duress. She seemed to have been trying through trickery and pretty much only trickery and other subtle means, trying to escape the Feywild. She apparently is not a fan of the court and whatever the court has been doing. Yay, background noises. And then she, after failing to escape the Feywild through trickery, she asked all of you for help in getting her out of there. But just as you were starting to discuss your plans and such, you were attacked by a random group of envoys of the court who sensed some disturbance. And then they tried to get rid of you. They realized they couldn't, so they tried to run away and warn the court, but they also couldn't do that because they died. And after killing all of them, the Dryad made its way out of the pond and then beckoned you to follow her towards safety, where you could discuss the next step a little bit better. And that is where we left off last game. So, you all find yourselves in the Lake of Lilies, still, following the Dryad a little bit further away from this little islet where you were all discussing those things.
Oops.
It's okay. So, did everyone roll for your inspiration cards?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Then roll for it. There we go.
Look at Ravroth being so inspired.
Super. So, as all of you distance yourselves from the inlet where many bodies of fake creatures lie, dead, you get a distance away to the side, and then the Dryad who's been leading you, she stops and turns around, see that you're still following her, and then you see some sort of relief come over her face as she directs her gaze towards you all. Thank you. The court, they do not disagree with any of us leaving. Either the court or the Feywild. Like I said, I'm bound to them.
And you don't have any solid idea of how to break that bond?
I know of a way, but it's dangerous. For you, that is.
In what way?
There's ruins west of here. Thereupon there's a small trinket, a relic of sorts. An earth mirror that allows one to see the ley lines. And with that, I could see the ley lines that binds me and sever it. But
So it's
this whole place is in a very dangerous zone full of wild magic, and certainly there are guardians.
wild magic. Sorry. And Do you know anything about the kinds of guardians that are there?
Well, they might be creatures of vast magical energy. Should live in such a place. I would expect heavy magical resistance.
Well, sounds like something I'd probably deal alright with, but what about you guys? And Nitria turns back to the group who uses a decent amount of magic.
Well, if we hurry, I can still be tall when we get there.
Nothing we can do about it. Yeah.
About how far west is it?
About some 4 hours of travel, I'm afraid.
Darn.
She points off in a direction and she describes more or less how distant it is, and you get the sense that it's over here.
Sounds like we should go back and get that flying carpet.
Yeah, that's a nice idea.
Maybe would they let us have it? Aren't they like doing like things to try and transfer its enchantment and stuff right now?
They are, yes.
Yeah.
That, and we're kind of doing one of the things that we shouldn't with the carpet we got here for them.
I mean,
Yeah,
quote unquote, things we shouldn't.
We are
You
working
know what I mean.
against the guild's
We're working against their
suggested
advice,
guidelines.
but they.
But when we communicated that we didn't follow them before, he was like, eh. It's like your funeral, basically.
Also, we're not here on the guild's order, so we are
Yeah.
really not bound to what they ask.
Well, regardless, I'm not sure if they want to just hand over their very expensive meal ticket to
Oh,
the
no, I
Hells, for us to possibly lose because we're actively ignoring their suggestions.
I mean, I didn't think they'd give it to us regardless of what we're doing, because they need it to do their hell thingy. When we take it, they can't work on it.
How is everybody holding up? That's the question.
Nitria is just missing 9 HP. She's not too bad.
Zach's fine. He has most of his health.
I'm a bit bruised, but, well, not in danger zone.
So should we travel part way, take a short rest, burn some
Yeah,
hit dice?
I'd
and
say
keep
a short
traveling?
rest will be nice.
Yeah, we
Well,
could.
the thing is, the Feywild isn't all that friendly, so we will probably encounter something along the way. So we can probably, if we
Maybe
encounter
take a rest
something, deal with
here.
it, and then take a short rest then. It's
Well,
like
That
I
makes sense.
feel like we'll encounter something, but I suspect what we're going against is the worst thing we're going to deal with today.
Oh, we did just clear out the things here. So we could maybe rest here, but
No, because if others come looking, they're going to find us here. And it might be hard to get them to believe we didn't kill all their allies.
Especially while sitting with the dryad they're hunting.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure, but the impression I got was that the court doesn't actually know about the Dryad. These guys overheard it, and they were going to go inform the court, which we killed them and thus prevented them from doing.
True, they didn't get to get back and tell the court what they found, but I mean, the very fact that they came looking is what has me worried.
I mean,
Also, the fact that they're not going back will be an issue eventually.
I don't know. I think this area's as safe as any is going to be, but either way.
All I'm saying is, I say every hour we travel, we encounter something.
You mean we maybe encounter something? Not like
You're
guaranteed an encounter every.
You're thinking metagame wise, I would say.
I'm
just
trying
saying, let's get
to.
away from the lake. We'll find another
I'm trying
place to
to
rest.
not say. For every hex, there will probably be an encounter, but that's not 4 hexes. So,
Well, you don't quite know for sure.
well, that's what I'm saying. Is say every hour there's an encounter or something that we have to deal with. That's more than the hexes that we should deal with. So I'm just saying, this place isn't friendly to random people walking around in it, is all I'm saying. And there's... I mean, we could rest every time we deal with something, but I don't know.
I mean,
I would benefit much from a
There
rest.
is the risk that the time will add up, and then we will stay here way too long, which is dangerous.
yeah, I agree that this is a place where basically no place is safe for us. I'm just saying that I think the place that would be most safe for us is the place we literally just cleared out.
And how desperate in need are we? How many spells do you use, Reverall?
I have nothing left.
Ah,
And Nitria is okay, but it sounded like Halser needed a rest too.
So I'm not too sure how safe this place actually is, because okay, we killed the people that was around here, but you know, this is a enchanted land. It's possible that even the trees or small animals could give us away.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't know. I feel like if they decide that we're shitlords that killed their people and stuff, they're probably not going to be like, "Oh darn, they aren't at the lake. I guess we're giving up the search." Like,
Yeah, but at least they will have to start the search rather than just finding us here.
I guess ultimately I'm not the one who needs the rest. So whatever you guys want to. Whatever you
Yeah,
guys
I'd
want to
say
chill.
I need it, but we should at least move a bit.
There is a library to the south that we could easily fortify.
That's an idea.
Yeah, that sounds more safe.
Assuming nothing's moved in since the last time we were here.
well,
That's true.
metagaming, something has, but that's been killed. But something else could have moved in. Oh no.
Metagaming, something else moved in the time after we came here.
Well,
Kobolds!
yes. Something did. I know this for a fact because I watched the thing, but that's dead, and something else could have moved in that I do not know.
So,
That's why I
Do you
don't watch the
guys-
other groups.
to simplify this, do you guys want to take a short
Uh.
rest here? Do you want to move elsewhere before taking a short rest? Or do you even want to take a short rest? Because you can go anywhere, really. Well, not really. There's a shitload of places that I have not prepared anything for, so yeah. Not everywhere, but...
I, as Ravaroth, vote for library and rest there.
I agree with Trevorot.
Could go for a
Fair
library.
enough.
I just want to move before I rest. So yeah, if the library is it, let's go.
That's not trip and fall this time.
Okay, so thankfully, you have been to the library before, and you took the exact same path that you're taking this time around. So the path is not treacherous any more than it was last time around, but this time you're aware of it, so you keep an eye out. So no need for checks from you guys, you just happen upon there. However, the walk takes 2 hours, as it always
It's
does.
fine.
So we know where the big hidden pit is, and we make it over safely.
So let me just write some things down. But yeah, you guys get to the library, you take these 2 hours to walk over there, and as you get over there and you look around, it's very quiet. You slowly inch in towards the library itself, and as you look, most everything seems oddly to have been left in the same way, to still be in the same way you guys left it. The books are still flying from shelves to shelves, apparently not minding at all that a battle just took place here a while ago. The body of the slab that was on the floor, or whatever left of it, is no longer there, and there's no traces of you guys having been there a while ago. You would even some of you don't even remember ever being here. And it's very odd in that regard, because it feels like you have never been here. Regardless, the place is empty, and since there's only one entrance into the library itself, you judge it's a little bit too hot, but still a safe place to rest, if you would like.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try a crack of lava.
I step through the door of the library and only in as far as I need to before I spend 11 minutes
$11 doing what? Ah, there you go.
blocking off the doorway and making a comfortable place for us to just rest.
Okay. You conjure up a tiny hut. Can warlocks do ritual spells?
With my book, I can.
Oh, okay, yeah, there you go. You conjure up a tiny hut where the air inside is much, much more pleasant than the very hot, warm air in the library itself. So, all you guys huddle into this tiny hut as you finally get down and take a moment to treat your wounds and recover yourselves from the exhaustion that it was doing this whole thing.
Zach remembers that we ended up getting books from a library last time we were in the Shadowfell that was worth a decent amount of money. And he doesn't remember looking, so he'd be tempted to check if there's more conveniently valuable books in here.
Are you saying you want to investigate for books?
Yes.
If you try and do that... Oh no, what's going on?
I don't need a short rest, so I won't take one.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you're going to investigate, you're not going to get the benefits of a short rest. By the way, I don't know if you were aware of this, but Nitria, you can use your arcane recovery to recover spell slots and such.
I actually wasn't missing any spell slots this time around, but yes, I am aware.
Okay.
As for me, I just lay down and enjoy the maximum rest I can.
Why was that advantage? Disadvantage? Oh. Why did that roll 2 dice?
Shouldn't have
I don't
been.
know. I'm confused.
Are we still doing temporary hit points?
No,
Oh,
we're not anymore. We're just doing long rests and short rests in the classical rules, so you can just roll for.
I'm going to
points.
click that again to see if it. No, it's normal this time.
Okay. As you look around in this library trying to find books, there doesn't seem to be anything interesting in the way of books, or rather books that you imagine you can take. All the books that are flying around, and you jump up to yank at them and try and open and read them, they don't have anything legible in a language that you understand, so it's really tricky for you to even gauge their price. You don't know how much they are worth or not. There are, however, a couple of books that seems pristine enough, and the cover is leather bound in a very nice way, and you imagine just by looks that it's probably valuable. So you get 2 of those delicious books.
Excellent.
But you don't get your rest. Meanwhile, everyone else rolled for hit points, I imagine?
Yeah.
Okay. So, after an hour goes by, all of you guys finally get up, stretch a little bit, just thinking, enjoying the rest that you just had, and then as you slowly start to inch outside of this library to look around and see if you're being followed or not, apparently you aren't, and you're alone in this plain of rocky, craggly grounds. So it seems like you're in the clear for now, and you have rested. So what do you guys do next?
I guess start heading for this place.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll skirt around the outside of the lake and try to cut through the forest to that place.
By the way, since you guys got there, might as well review the neighboring tiles, just so you can choose where you want to go. So you said you're coming over here?
It's the path most familiar to us right now. I suggest we do go around the lake.
Okay. So I need one of you guys to guide the party over there. So who
Not
is...
it.
Me and Halster would make the most sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need 2 of you to go ahead and make a... Well, one of you actually, whoever is actually leading. Actually, no, what the hell. Hauser and Ujuk make a survival check as I try to find the path. And make sure you don't fall in any holes or anything. Oh my.
Nice.
Well then. Not only you do not fall in any holes, after leaving the craggy area that is the surroundings of the library, but actually managed to even rush up.
He's back.
Feel too real.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
We can now.
Okay.
Yeah.
We ran where?
Where did you lose me? What was the last thing I said?
It was right
even-
after. Yeah, we even. You're like, not only did you not step in any holes, but. And then you went boop.
Okay, yeah, I said a lot of things. Not only do you not step in any holes or anything, but you also managed to, because of your natural 20, you managed to make up some time by finding a very clear path towards the next hex. So moving there only takes 1 hour for you guys. You managed to make up some time. And once you arrive over there, you see in front of you guys a very, the edges of the lake, a little bit to the north. But you also see somewhat of a stone plateau. And you can see that in the middle of this stone plateau, there seems to be a small-ish altar. And looking around, there doesn't seem to be anything else going on, just this altar seemingly in the middle of nowhere.
It makes sense to ask the Naiad what that is, just for reference.
Rav just starts walking over towards it to check it out.
Okay.
Zach follows because this is interesting.
Wait, so this is like close to us. This is in the distance.
Well, close enough that you can choose to go towards it if you would like. You can always choose to just avoid it and keep moving. Up to you, really.
Oh. Yeah, we're totally gonna go up to it. What kind of low wisdom party
I
would
stay a
pass
bit
us up?
back because, well, I don't trust this magical Nambo Jumbo too much.
Okay, you keep a healthy distance, Holster, as the rest of the party seemingly goes full on into this plateau. And the plateau, albeit being big, is not so big that you... it's not super huge that if you stay out of it, you can't see your party. You stay out of the plateau, I imagine, Holster, and your party just goes some 20-30 feet into the plateau before they reach the very center, wherein lies the altar.
Yeah, confirm.
And in this altar, Ravroff, as soon as you arrive in it, it seems to be just a seemingly some there's a small altar, seems to be just a flat surface. There's some scratch marks here and there, and some other unidentified marks, but there doesn't seem to be anything too weird about it. And there's inscriptions going all around this small altar. And as you stop to pay attention to these inscriptions, they're written in a whole lot of languages, including Common and other languages that you can understand. And in all of these languages that you can understand, it reads the same thing. Let me find my notes on what it actually reads.
Which is, of course, every language, because this is Ravaroth.
True.
Everything looks the same. It's the same sentence over and over again.
It's the same message over and over again. It looks almost psychotic to see it like that, but no. It pretty much just says... place an armament upon this, and I shall bestow it an enchantment.
Oh man. Do you tell Nitria that?
I mean,
Wait, she can read it.
yeah, it is
She
in
can read one of it.
Common, Elvish, whatever languages Nitra can read. You can see it over there.
My quarterstaff is on there immediately.
Oh no. I was going to ask the Dryad for input, but okay.
A staff is an armament, though.
You put your staff onto the pedestal, Ravroff?
Yes.
Okay.
If it does nothing, then I can try my frickin' shirt, but still.
You put your staff on top of it, and you see that as soon as you do, there seems to be a humming noise that gets a little bit louder and louder all over the altar. And you see that some runes on the altar, on the plateau itself, that up until now were nearly invisible, they start to glow up. And they glow up from the outer rim, going towards the altar, and then they go up the foot of the altar all the way up to the surface. And then as soon as they get over there, your staff starts to shudder and shake a little bit, but then it just kind of stops and drops there. And you see that it glows a little bit, and a couple flowers sprout from here and there, which feels odd. But aside from that, there doesn't seem like anything substantial happened.
Before I even touch that and take it back, I want to identify it.
You have to touch it to identify it.
Fine.
You're casting Identify Magic?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe we should have identified the altar first.
There's
Fine.
no spells or enchantments on your staff. It just seems like you got a little bit of fey energy, but even that is very, very, very small and slim, barely noticeable even. As best
Is
as
it
you can,
actively glowing?
it was glowing for just a moment as soon as the whole performance stopped. But aside from that, there doesn't seem to be any enchantment. Your staff is still just a normal staff.
Well, shit, if it didn't give, like, any mechanical enchantments and stuff, Nitra is totally gonna try and put her sword on it.
I'm gonna undo my belt slightly and slide my robes off and set them on there.
Oh no.
We're gonna see if it'll
Oh,
deck all of our shit out in fairy flavor.
Okay, so who is putting what next?
Nitra is putting her sword.
Okay, Nitra, you unsheath your sword, your katana, and then you slowly, very carefully put it on top of the altar to see if there's any reactions that happens to it. And just like before, the humming once again starts all over the plateau, and this humming gets louder. But this time it gets even louder than before. Almost as if it's going off in different frequencies. And seems to almost make some sort of a tune, a happy-ish tune. And the the glow of the runes on the plateau seems to shine in a different order now. Instead of going straight towards the altar, they seems to start glowing in a spiral pattern, closing in on the altar until they reach it. And as they climb up the laterals of the altar into the surface and then into the sword itself, you see now your sword starts glowing very brightly, and it's changing colors even. You see that your sword before, whereupon it was glowing, just almost as if someone cast light on it. Now it's glowing even more, and you see that the color that it's taking, it's somewhat of a it starts off reddish and then it gets somewhat orange, and then it keeps transitioning closer to a white color as it does. Make an intelligence check, Nitri.
Okay.
It is a Venus adventurer trap.
I don't care what it is, it's shiny. Apparently Nitria agrees.
Oh god.
Okay. Now it's my time to roll d20.
Oh, good.
You see that your swords start shuddering and shaking, almost as if the altar is trying to put some sort of enchantment into your sword, and your sword seems to the best of your understanding of magic, it seems like your sword is rejecting this enchantment. And then as it starts to shudder and shake more and more, it just seemingly just gets shot out of the altar, and it just spins in the air and just passes through all of you guys, well, near you guys, and just flies off into the distance and lands about some 60 feet away from the altar.
That was
I'm
cool.
gonna place my robes on the altar.
Nitria's gonna go grab her sword. And she'll try and identify what Ojuk's doing her thing to see if there's anything different.
As you try to identify your sword, Nitria, it's hot. As soon as you touch it, it's horribly hot. So much so that you go to touch it and you almost burn your hands. And you can see now it's sizzling and it's smoking a little bit, and you think, oh boy, why is it so hot? And you decide to wait some time for your sword to cool down before you can properly handle it. And Ojuk, as you put your robes onto it, Nothing seems to happen. It doesn't seem to recognize the clothing as arms.
Right, I'll pick up the robes and place my shield on it.
Your shield. Okay. Same thing that happened with Nitra. You see the humming, the glowing, the runes lighting up, and they go into that spiraling motion towards the altar and then up the sides and into your shield, and you see the same thing happening. Your shield just starts glowing brighter and brighter. It starts red and then orange and then goes closer to a white, and it starts glowing, and you think, oh boy, it's happening. Make an intelligence check, you too, Ojuk.
Oh no.
Okay, cool.
We're not even terrible intelligence people.
Right? So what happens? What
I
happens?
forgot I could add my card. Oh well.
What happens next, Ojuk, is that as your shield starts glowing white, it then starts melting away very fast. And just as it melts away into seemingly nothingness, it then explodes into 1,000 sparks that just take place in the air. They shine for a little bit before they dissipate and disappear completely. And as you look back to the altar, there's nothing left of your shield. It is completely and fully gone.
Oh no.
Okay, apparently that doesn't deter me. Zach puts his hands on the altar.
Nothing seems to happen when you put your hands on the altar, Zach.
So Nitra is
I
gonna
put my
turn
crown
over.
on the altar.
Go on, Nitra.
Nitra is gonna turn away from the party, and I mean, people will make of it what they will. She's gonna look like she's starting to disrobe. She's taking down the lower half of her clothing to take her armor underneath it off, and then she'll just re-put up her clothes, and she's going to try and put her studded leather armor on there.
Okay. As you try and do that, Holzer, Reverov, and Zach, the three of you can make an intelligence check as well. Oh no, that's a -1.
I'm gonna use my card before I do something too stupid.
Okay. What's your card again?
It's an 8, so it's 17.
Okay. Reverov, you have read some stories, and what's going on here feels a little bit familiar to you. And you, Halser, you know exactly what's going on with these weapons, as you see, well, what happened to Ujuk's shield. And it comes too painfully to you just a moment after seeing your party experimenting with this stone, just what it is. Halser, you just, before Nitra gets too closer, just hold up your hand and let her know that apparently this altar is destroying metal items.
Her thing is leather.
It has metal on it.
It has like little studs of metal.
It's
But, I mean,
mostly
it's mostly leather.
Yeah,
Hearing
it's leather
that.
put together with metal though. So
Well,
it's
I'm
gonna
sure-
remain but in pieces.
I have a weapon that's all leather. I'm gonna send my whip up there.
But before you guys keep on going on, Reverov, you also think back to the stories you have read, and you remember that Fae are tricksters. Not everything that you see you can take at face value here. And you think for a moment, oh, we should have seen that earlier.
This is
I mean,
why I
Okay,
had
yeah.
that
it's an
two
altar
wisdom
of bad
checks.
ideas.
Yep.
I mean, the way. So, from a meta knowledge, druids and fae can wear studded leather armor. So,
Yes.
I wouldn't say this is a metal item if the things that made it can wear it.
I think the point is it's not enchanting anything, it's just destroying your stuff.
It made Ravaros think all fairy flavor, though.
But it was
Yeah, but
some
not
fire.
permanently.
Not permanently.
No, it was just a small little glow that lasted for just a second, and just like
Oh, I thought-
one flower sprouted out of it. That was it.
Oh, I thought it made multiple flowers come out of it.
No, it just did a little bit of fey trickery, but nothing substantial or long lasting.
Anyways,
This
one
is
last
why I did the
item.
check.
If it gets destroyed, we tell the guild there's an altar out here that just destroys stuff. And it won't hurt me any if it does. I hope not. Like I said, I'm gonna put the whip up there.
Okay. You put your whip up there, Ojuk. It's made fully of leather, so imagine it won't melt. And indeed, it does not melt because nothing happens. The altar just the runes light up in the same way as it did when Ravrod had put his quarterstaff in there, and it's just for show, pretty much, as you sense. It just makes your whip glow for a little while, and as the moments go passing by, the glow subsides until it's fully gone. But nothing happens.
Alright, I guess we're gonna pack up and move on. It's a joke, guys.
This entire plane is a disappointment.
Yeah, this bums me out. I didn't think it'd get any mechanical enchantment. I just thought I'd make it flowery and pretty.
This is like an altar of major trolling.
I thought it was like an altar of fairy skin.
Oh, wouldn't that be a nice sight right now?
As I said, Venus Adventurer trap.
I get it. Well, her next plan was to put her longbow up there, so I guess that would have been fine anyway.
Yeah. I mean, gladly you guys didn't put like your heavier armors and weapons in there. Imagine.
Well, nature put her sword, but I'm guessing the fact it had an enchantment probably protected it.
Exactly. That's what that D20 roll was for. Thankfully I load roll. So,
Much talk, Doug.
come again?
Never mind. Onward.
Doug word's good, yes.
Yes, I word
Continue.
good. So there's ruins up ahead, but you still have to traverse another hex before you get over there. So which way are you going?
Which one looks easier to traverse?
The mountains might be harder, though we can try to skirt through them.
Make
this
a
might be easier.
perception check, Nitri.
Okay. Perception.
Hard to say, really. It's in the distance to the north. You see hills. They look a little weird, but you can't quite put your finger on what's weird about them. And to your left, you see that somewhat of a forest starts happening, and you never know how fast or slow you're gonna be in the middle of a forest or in hills. Really, it's up to you guys. You can't really discern what's gonna be faster or slower.
Could they try this check too?
Sure, go for it. I mean, anyone who's trying to perceive which path is better can attempt this roll.
It's okay, a bit better.
Mm-hmm. You see now, Holster, that the forest going south doesn't seem too thick. as you imagine the forest up ahead is going to be, although you can't quite see it, but it has been described as being very thick. But the hills to the north, they look odd. Make a nature or survival check, Holzer. Whichever one you prefer.
Yeah, definitely survival.
Okay. You see, even from this distance, that the hills, they are moving. The earth itself is reshaping itself and moving, almost as if the hills are waving up and down, left and right, and just going in all directions. And you think to yourself like, oh no, that's going to be dangerous. But then you stop to think for a moment longer, and you close your eyes and you try to get a sense, to feel the environment and the nature around you. And you're not entirely sure how nor why, but you get the sense that these hills aren't just moving randomly. You imagine that if you could try and influence these hills to move according to where you want to go, and you pretty much get the sense that moving through those hills, you could have them move in a way that would make your travel faster.
Oh no,
So,
the
I
hills
guess
are
I
alive to the sound of music.
Do they have eyes?
I was gonna-
They do not have eyes, no.
People in the chat thought that would.
Well, I guess we could try. So, I hope they are peaceful.
I like the sound of the hills. The hills sound more interesting.
Yeah, and fairy forests are proven to be a bit of a mess.
Yeah, fairy hillscapes are fine.
Yeah,
Alright, so
I mean, what can a hill do? Crush you? Yes, it can.
Easily even. So, Holzer, I imagine you're trying to move then through the hills, right? Guiding the party.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Okay. Thankfully, you were able to assess the situation from before, so I don't need you to roll again. But indeed, these moving hills, they make your traversal through that hex go much faster. And as you step on them, you get the sense that the surrounding area in front of you seems to lower. But as you look around and try to get a better sense of your surroundings, it's not only that what's ahead of you is lowering, but where you are standing and a little bit behind you as well is raising. So to make it that so you're always going in downward motions. So you kind of pick up your pace a little bit, mostly letting gravity guide you forwards and downwards in a never-ending slope downhill. Which
That's what they meant when they said they went uphill both ways.
And little do you know, you traverse through that region incredibly fast. And in fact, so much so that you end up in the passing through it, and then into the outskirts of the forest within only 2 hours. And as you finally get off from the moving hills, it feels odd. It feels almost like surfing, even though none of you know what surfing is yet. It's not been invented. It feels like you're trying to regain your balance, but it's not too hard because you're always going downhill, and you get the sense that you just can't make any sharp turns. But aside from that, if you just let your legs move almost instinctively and just let the hills take you, it will take you there incredibly fast. And indeed, you find yourself at the outskirts of the forest, finally, and when you look back, thankfully all of your party is behind you and nobody has been crushed. and you trek forth just a little while longer before you see, poking out in the middle of this forest, some stone battlements. And within a few moments of walking a little bit more, you see in front of you the ruins of Matia Pavarai, the place that the Dryad had mentioned, where you could find the relic, the earthly mirror.
Let's hunt.
I think someone should try to sneak up closer, maybe even 2 people, and get a look at stuff.
I think... Was it Zach that had the Cloak of Elvenkind?
I have the Cloak of Elvenkind. He has the Cloak of Shadow or Bat, something along that line.
Both of which would give advantage on stealth.
Yeah.
Just the Elvenkind one gives disadvantage on perception checks to notice the person. So yeah, shall the two of us go do the sensible thing instead of running full tilt at something and putting our hands on it?
Let's try.
Detroit could also send Fairy Owl with you guys, which is pretty good at stealth, I think.
It's
Pretty sure
fine.
owls are really good at stealth.
Whoa! What are those 3 dices for?
I do not know why it occasionally rolls an extra dice, but as far as I can tell, it doesn't actually roll another dice.
It's okay, it might just be lag. Because like I said, my computer decided that today is not the day. But anyway. So, Zach, you're stealthing ahead to investigate the place? Is that what you're doing?
This is Ojuk. He's
Okay.
doing that.
So the two of you... Go on.
Nitra will send Owl with them as well.
Okay.
To be named Owl. Okay, yeah.
Unnamed Owl, my favorite character.
Unnamed Owl.
Sure. Make a perception check, Zach and Ojuk, and Nitra's is a named owl.
Oh, first I should probably roll stealth for it. Actually, it doesn't need to stealth because it's a fucking owl.
Yeah.
It's not gonna stand out.
You guys did not need to roll stealth. I'm glad you did, but you didn't need to. The owl's perception is +3.
Yeah. I think it has advantage, maybe? Yes.
It does.
It has advantage.
So I can roll that again.
D20, that. Yes.
Okay. Zach. Unfortunately, your height does not help in this circumstance. There's a whole lot of trees and bushes and other things, and it's kind of tricky for you to see exactly what's going on ahead. However, Ojuk and Nitra's owls notice that these ruins of what appears to have been a keep of some kind, it's been mostly seemingly abandoned on the outside, but you can see and sense signs of life around it. But it seems to be indeed an abandoned place that people don't come into nearly as often. And trying to look around, you notice that there's a huge chunk of these ruins and these keeps that are completely locked off. There seems to be no doors and no ways in or out, and some parts of it seem to have been also nearly swallowed, quote unquote, by the earth itself. Eventually, you all, well, the owl and Ojuk seems to notice that there's a tower in a battlement a little ways away that seems to have a cracked ceiling, and you can enter this place through the ceiling. And flying over it, your owl does not seem to notice anything weird in the room. So at least you can enter, and rest assured that this room where you enter in will be empty and devoid of any opposition or danger.
Nice, nice.
Alright.
We can advance then? People want to advance? Everyone go with that?
Makes sense. I guess we tell the owl to bring everyone along.
What?
What?
In theory, Nitria sees through the owl.
Yeah.
Zack, Ojuk, and the owl are in the same place. You cannot
okay.
speak through the owl, so we have to
Okay.
speak back at it.
What you mean to say is just Nitria tells everyone to, yeah, it's that way, let's go.
Yeah.
What a roundabout way
summon
of saying
everyone.
that. Okay,
Summon
I'm like picturing this tiny owl trying to like hoist people up over a wall or something.
Haven't you ever taught a Pidgey fly?
I thought the same thing,
Stay
but
focused.
anyway. All of you guys then move forwards, and the Dryad, she just seems to point off to a place westwards of this entry point that you have found, and says, I'm feeling it. Over in that direction. We will have to go through this place. Well, you will have to. If you do not mind, I will keep my distance.
That'd be wise, I think.
Yeah, probably.
So she pretty much just kind of keeps her distance and just watches from a distance as you guys, one by one, going over this hill. And from the hill itself, it's not too hard to just climb on top of the battlement of this tower. Eventually, someone helps Zack get up there as well. And then
That's fine.
once you're
Actually, my mount has a climb speed.
there, you go.
I
Cool. It will stay on the outside.
will climb up the walls.
And then you find that there's a hole in the ceiling of this tower, and as you look down, you can see that it is indeed just an empty room, with barrels and a 30 feet drop to the bottom. I hope you brought ropes.
Yeah, if anyone want to use their hempen rope, I'm not gonna sacrifice the silk rope
Yeah.
here.
I can actually use my rope. It's just that weight.
And Nitria has both hemp and silk ropes. So.
Okay.
Why don't we just keep all the rope in the bag? Then we'll weigh no one down.
In case
Well,
we need one in a quick.
Well, what
circumstance.
I do is I keep track of Nitria's inventory and just kind of like hand wave that it's probably usually kept in the bag of holding.
Fair enough.
That's just easier to look at her inventory than go between two separate inventories to look for things.
Yeah,
So
I'm not about to ask Zach for my silk rope, in the evening for any reason.
So you guys,
That's why
So
you have
is-
your own silk rope.
sorry, I didn't quite hear. Is this a hole we're going down, or what do we need the rope for?
yeah, you're. Well, I imagine you're climbing down the hole in the ceiling, unless you have a different way to getting there.
I'm going to
Before
gesture for. Well, let's first tie a rope and throw it down.
Sure.
before we even go down, Nitria is going to where is it? This is a good idea. She's going to gift of alacrity herself.
Sure.
I think I can put that up in the chat. Yeah.
Yep. So it takes you a while to cast, but you cast that upon yourself, I imagine.
A while. It takes a minute, but yeah.
Well, you're casting that on yourself as the guys are tying a rope around the battlement, I imagine.
Yeah.
So you guys just throw down a rope. Nothing should happen as you throw down the rope. The spell has been cast. And do you go in?
I imagine so.
I whisper to Halser for him to pick up Ojuk and jump off the ledge.
What?
As I take Zach by the horn and Nitria by the hand and try to do the same.
Wait.
Trust Paul.
Having seen his spell book, Nitria would at least know that I have Featherfall. So
Yeah. Nitria would just be like, "Oh, this is fine. Here we go."
Okay, so everyone jumps, I imagine, as Raveroff goes and casts Featherfall on everyone. There you go. And everyone is, as you're plummeting down this hole, suddenly you're caught by magic. And then you start just very slowly gliding down the remainder 20 feet until you reach the bottom of this room. And as you look down, it would have been a somewhat hurtful fall, falling this 30 feet all the way to the bottom, but it wasn't, thankfully, to this feather fall. And as you look around, it's there's still some light shining through the crack in the ceiling. There's still the rope that has been tossed over the side and is lying at the bottom of the of this room. And as you look around, there are barrels everywhere and what appears to be a smear of blood in the ground. As you take a moment to collect your get your bearings and your surroundings and notice that, boy oh boy, we are in a bona fide dungeon.
The last one was somebody who tried to do the same thing that Rav did, but was out of spell slots.
Possibly.
If it's possible, I'd like to try to guide the rope to the side of the room. Make sure it's hanging in behind the barrels. Try to make it look, not just hanging out in the middle of the room.
Okay, yeah, you disguise the rope behind some barrels. As you do, make a perception check, Ojuk. Why not? Okay. As you get to the corner of the room and start to hide the rope, a very strong smell hits you, and you realize that a whole lot of this barrel seems to be filled to the brim with booze.
I was just gonna
Oh my god,
examine.
we are in paradise.
Okay, Halser, we'll get some of this on the way back. Not
I have returned.
Well, I will still take at least one barrel, just in case we have to run very, very, very fast away from this place.
fine. We'll see if we can fit a barrel in the bag so Halser won't be belly hurt.
I don't have a problem. You have a problem.
Sorry, my internet went kapoof again. It likes to do that. So I lost it when Kobold said that you will take the barrels on the way back.
Yeah, we decided to take just one right now, in case we have to run away from this dungeon.
Okay,
So, for keepsakes.
fair enough. Always good.
Because experimenting with fairy ale is a wise idea.
Oh, I love experimenting with every ale.
Oh no.
Okay, so go on.
So darkness. By the way, I'm noticing on the map it doesn't seem to be updating, but Nitria does have goggles of night now.
Sorry, I forgot to toss that on. What's your site? Is
Let
60
me
feet.
check real quick. Yeah, I think it's 60 feet.
okay. Now
I'm
you can.
having to reload Foundry. My map died at 60%.
There.
Yeah.
I think Hulser also traded his stick of glowing for goggles of night as well.
Yeah, he
I
did.
have the goggles too.
Okay. I'll have
So
to.
we don't have to be a beacon now.
Sorry, I'll need to update that. So you're no longer shining light, but you can see much farther now, Holster and Nitria. Well, Nitria wasn't shining light, but anyway, you get what I mean.
Nitra isn't shiny either. It's fine.
Pretty much, yeah. So everyone can see the map except for Ojuk right now.
Don't half elves have dark vision?
My map didn't load it. I'm trying to get the page to load now.
I mean,
So Leo
no.
can't see the map. Ashuk can see the map.
Yeah, he can see the actual map. It has not loaded for him. That's what
Oh,
happened.
okay.
But yeah,
Okay, it looked
there we go. You guys do find yourselves in a room. There's a smear of blood that seems to follow further up north into what appears to be a door.
This isn't the slightest bit ominous.
It's fine. This is fine.
It's totally fine.
and we try to shove a half-butt barrel into the bag. That's going to be interesting.
You find ways of doing that. Imagine that
Well, it
you
would have to be. You take like the smallest one because it has to fit through the opening.
Yeah, you pick the smallest barrel you can find, and after a little bit of finagling, you manage to shove in a barrel of ale down your bag of holding. I don't even know what you call it, but I guess you have a 20-pound barrel of ale, keg, or whatever you call it.
Boo, it's just normal ale.
Quarter
As
butt,
far as we
eighth
know.
butt, something like
No,
that.
I mean,
delicious ale.
it's not just ale. You can write it up as fey ale or booze or whatever. Fail.
Fail.
So all of you guys approach the door, and I imagine you open it, or what do you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh dear.
As you walk into that next room, you find that there's a table with some clutter thrown upon it. Nothing seemingly too noticeable. However, on this table, well, not on the table, but on the room, there seems to be some candles on the corners, and there's 2 candles that are just floating around the room. They seem to just kind of be there, just floating candles, whereas nothing else in the room seems to be floating.
Are they lit?
They are lit, yes.
Do.
So the candles are moving around.
Or are they just floating?
They are moving around, but very slowly. And very erratic as well. There doesn't seem to be rhyme or reason as to how they move. They just seem to be moving around and about.
Can we make a check to see if we know anything about what this might be? If they're just are just floating, normal floating candles a thing? That, they just randomly float around?
Is normal floating candles a thing? What a question. D&D, the things you provide us.
Well, specifically, I'm pretty sure it's common knowledge that most magic users a stationary floating candle is a thing, but candles just randomly floating around a room aimlessly.
Make a perception check, everyone.
Okay.
I will do so as soon as my sheet opens,
Okay.
which it seems to not be doing.
Is it minimized somewhere? It doesn't like to open if it is.
No. No, I had to reload, so it went away.
Okay.
And I have lost connection and reestablished.
Okay.
And it's still not opening.
Nope.
All right. Nitra, you are the only one who notices that these candles, their movement not only seems to be erratic, but seems like there's some inkling of humanity to the way that they move. They seem to have been moving left and right, but then they seemingly kind of spun around in place once the door opened and you guys started looking at them, and they seem to kind of been hovering around, but always facing the same direction to you. And as you keep scrutinizing these candles, you swear you can see a very faint silhouette of a hand holding the candle. You see fingers grasping it and trying to follow that path upwards. You see an arm, and then it just disappears. But you imagine, if you were to guess, that there's a floating humanoid creature holding onto these candles.
Ghost candles.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess I don't really need to make an Arcana check to know that ghosts are a thing.
Yeah,
I guess.
you're actually ghosts would be religion, but yeah. You have fought undead before. You imagine that ghosts are not too far-fetched of a thing. Far-fetched of a thing.
So yeah, Nidra will just turn around. I think we're dealing with ghosts here. I think those candles are actually being held, not just floating.
Well, that's far less interesting.
Yeah, almost boring. Can we go back to the hail?
They seem to know we're here, but aren't attacking right away. Do you think we maybe try to talk to them?
Do we even have to?
Nidra just shrugs.
Maybe if we just move through like we're supposed to be here, they'll ignore us.
Maybe. Nidra slowly puts her finger on her nose.
I walk in and look around. Oops. Click on the door.
What do you do, Cobalt? Zach?
I
sorry?
walk in and look around.
Okay, you walk in and start looking around, and the candles seem to spin in place, almost as if whatever humanoid creature is holding them are examining you, but they don't seem to be doing anything else.
Cool, they don't seem to care. Let's go on.
Yeah, I guess we'll... God damn it. Move,
Don't mind
token.
us coming through.
I think there might be lag issues going on here.
Definitely, my internet is just crazy today.
I mean, the only people I see online is Doug and Leo, so the fact that you're moving is amazing.
Alright, so
I
Zach,
I open the door.
as you open the door, you hear noises on the other side, and apparently very curious noises as some things make some kind of guttural noise, almost as if inquisition and alertness as the door opens. And you get the sense that whatever was in the next room noticed you guys right now. And these things, unlike these floating candles, do very much mind that you're around. So, we are going to be going ahead and rolling for initiative. I need you guys to reposition yourselves near the door, but not beyond it, as you would prefer, before we go and roll for initiative.
Which door?
This door that has just been opened.
Okay.
I will try. Worth noting, I can't.
Sorry, my internet went down again.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening here. Is that Doug's internet is going poof.
So yeah, you guys can reposition yourselves close to this newly open door, but not beyond it. Can you move your tokens now?
Yeah, but I still can't see any
yes,
of the
you can.
room really.
I don't think there's anybody here in that specific spot.
I'm good where I am.
I can actually
Well.
see through the door.
I like where I am.
Yeah, you can see through an angle.
I see no Nitria at all. So.
She is underneath me.
See, I don't see Zach. I
Zach is
I
riding
see.
on top of Nitria.
Yeah, just move your tokens around a little bit and you should find each other. Are you staying there, Ujuk?
Hey, I'm squishier. I lost my shield. I want to stay at range.
Okay. I mean, you can stay arranged here and still have sight. But sure. To each
I'm
their
gonna
own.
try reloading.
Okay, go for it.
I can't. My the dynamic lighting isn't updating for me, so I just can't see anything.
Okay. But yeah. These creatures in the other room, they seem to have noticed you all and they are not super happy with this intrusion into this lair. So as soon as you guys are ready, you can go ahead and roll for initiative.
Oh, I can at least see Zach and Hauser now. Okay. Keep in mind, I'm gonna roll initiative last just for simplicity, but I do get an extra D8 on mine.
Okay.
Oh no, he's
So-
naming them now. In Portuguese.
D8.
That's not Portuguese, that's French.
Oh no.
Okay. So my initiative total is 22.
22.
I like that after I get this spell to make my initiative better, I finally start rolling good on initiative.
Such as the woes of life. So, is everyone ready to start the combat now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nitra, you go first. What do you do?
Well, she can't see anything in the other room yet, so she's gonna move up to start. And so that's 10, 15. Looking at the guys in here, do any of them look like particularly casty, I guess?
Not particularly. You see that these two square-looking things on top of the table, they look weird. They look like boxes with sticks connecting to them. It's hard to even tell exactly what they are, but these are moving, but you don't quite get the sense that they're living creatures. These other two, they're some glob, a mass of grossness. It's clearly an aberration, but no, none of them seem to be magic-y casters of any kind.
Okay. God damn it. I wasn't trying to do that. I can't move Nitra because... Oh, hold on. I got her. I got the token. Okay. 15.
By the way, next to this and these creatures, the ground around them is goopy-like.
10, 15, 25. Okay, so Nitra's gonna move up, and she's going to try and swipe at them with a booming blade.
Okay, go for it. That hits. Totally hits.
And an extra D8 thunder damage. Ooh, a whopping 1. And then she's going to back up.
Okay.
15, 20, 25, 35, 45, 50. I guess she'll move here so that she's not blocking the doorway.
Alright, and that's your turn, I imagine.
Yeah, and it failed that con save, so
Okay.
it has disadvantage on its attacks.
Next up is,
Yeah, that's
is the big creature at the top. It's going to go ahead and move its movement feet. Wait. That's wrong. Why are you counting distances wrong, game? Well, regardless, it's going to move up to you, Nitria, because you're the only thing it saw thus far, and it's going to go ahead and attack you.
That's fair.
I hope you don't mind.
Okay, so we all good for the plan where we wait for them to come through the...
Leroy Jenkins. It's our style.
It's also what happens if you have first initiative and you're melee.
Yeah. She did her best. She didn't have quite enough movement to get all the way back out of the room without blocking you guys out.
So it's going to go ahead and try and bite at you, Nitria. This amalgamation, this mass of grossness is trying to take a bite. And misses with a 10, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe nothing hits on a 10.
That's
yeah.
a lot of damage. Holy shit. And that's not even a good damage roll. Oh, wait. Yeah.
And then it's as it approaches, it will, noticing Halser over there in the corner, it's going to go ahead and spit towards him.
Is that a ranged attack?
Oh,
no.
Not quite,
It's a
no.
saving throw.
It's a weird thing they can do. So yeah, it throws over there, and I need you, Halser, to make a dexterity saving throw. Oh no.
Well, that might
Actually,
be
you
Oh, fuck.
you have advantage actually on the saving throw. Because you can see it coming.
For now.
Wow, that was an improvement.
Yeah, unfortunately you can no longer see it coming because you are blinded.
Damn it.
As this
Oh,
spit explodes in a blinding light, and you just can't help but to not avert your eyes in time, and everything's white. You can't see anything.
sorry, I was thinking too much about the ale.
And that's that creature's turn. And next up is Ojuk.
This way for a moment. I don't get stuck in the door.
By the way, as this creature attacks both Nitra and then Halser, starts to, the mouth that tried to bite at you starts trying to speak, almost as if it's saying something, but it's pretty much nonsense, but it's doing something. Some incoherent noises.
It's probably some sad dead person that's pseudo alive. That's like, just kill me.
Kill me.
Just kill me.
So what are you doing, Ojuk?
Well, I guess I'm just gonna try and sling some ball bearings at the creature beyond Nitria.
Okay.
Let's start with... Is that spell still up? Yeah, that's still a bonus action itself. I have to use an actual spell for this. That's fun. Hunter's Mark. And then
It has been Hunter's marked. But you missed.
that missed.
As you walk into the room, you're surprised by the flash of light. And that causes you to miss the first attack, but not the second. Which does hit for 9 points of damage. Plus 6.
That's turn.
Okay. So that's it for you. Next up is Halser. Halser, at the beginning of your turn, you need to succeed on a DC 10 Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, so I need to do a wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, you're good. The creature keeps blabbering and gibbering and talking, but you pay it no mind. You're too focused on not being able to see very well right now. So what do you do?
I wonder, I can still go toward them because I can hear their sound and try to hit them.
Yes.
Okay.
Currently, the only thing that blinded imposes is that you have you can't attack what you cannot hear, and you have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Okay. So I try to attack this bunch of noise and blabbering that's closer to me.
If you go over there, you have a flanking. If you want to try flanking.
Will I get an attack of opportunity by doing this?
Yes. If you move out of the creature's range, then you will. If you keep on the creature's range, then you don't.
Oh, okay then. Then yeah, definitely going to flank. And first I'm gonna use my bonus action to enter rage.
Okay.
Okay. So I now try to attack with disadvantage,
Mm-hmm.
which, if I remember correctly, is alt clicking.
Control. Maybe Alt. No, Alt does the other thing.
I mean, if he's blind and reckless, it would be normal anyway. So
Are you recklessly?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, you may as
if
well
you're-
because everything has advantage against you anyway.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Reckless
That's
is the exact same thing with blind. Yeah.
So anyway, this is the first attack, which I guess he missed, because disadvantage makes it 13.
Plus
actually not,
flanking
because,
is 15.
Yeah.
So that hits
Okay.
for 16 points of damage. Next attack is a straight roll. Go for it if you want. Sure.
Sure.
14 plus flanking hits for 18. Golly, you do so much damage.
Okay. Oh, it's nice being blind. Well, that's it for my turn. I should be
This is
blind
fine.
more.
Mm-hmm. Right, you are blinded until the end of this creature's turn. Next turn, so yeah. There you go. Next up is the creature that has been attacked by you, Nitria. This little robot-like little construct creature is very unhappy, so from where it is, it's going to go ahead and throw javelins at you. So,
Wait, it's smart enough to know it can't move.
it's that's not the reason why it's not moving. It's near death. It does not want to approach.
Oh, it got attacked. Oh, it did get attacked. Duh.
Yeah, you attacked it and deal a lot of damage. It does not want to get close, so it's going to try and
That's fair.
hurl javelins towards you. Misses with an 8, and the second is a 20 to hit.
Well, Oh no, 4 damage.
And the little creature does like a little celebratory dance, and you hear some clacking and clinking noises. But that's it. That's it for that creature's turn. Next up is Ravroff.
Okay, from where I am, I can only see one of these idiots. I'm going to move up, see if there's anything else in this room. Oh, there are still things in this room. That Malther thing is scary. Will my sheet open now? No, it will not. Just to double check, Doug, you still there?
That I am, yes. What?
Okay.
What's popping?
I cannot cast the spell because I can't open my character sheet. But I want my Shadow Boy right there.
Okay.
And it is going to be it's going to be Shadow Zack. So
Okay.
Fury.
I still have to draw those things, by the way. Someday I'll get to it. Okay, so on your turn, you're using your action to cast the Shadow Boy. Right?
Yep.
Okay.
And then I am moving one up, and I am going to reload and see if I can actually get this thing to work again.
Okay. As you conjure up your arcane eldritch energy to conjure up the Shadow Boy, you feel that the air around you seems to get a little bit denser and crackles a little bit with energy. I need you to roll a d100.
Can you do that for me while I'm trying to load?
I can,
Oh no.
Oh boy.
so long as you don't blame me
For
for
a wild
whatever
time.
gets rolled.
Wild magic.
Okay, Zach would like to move 20 feet away from him.
Just a second. What did you do again, Rev? What did you say?
I said I give you permission.
Okay.
Can I do it? Can I roll the D100?
Sure, please do that. That'll help me.
Yes.
Briar enjoys being an agent of chaos.
I love wild magic so much.
Okay, 68.
Yeah, I have
close.
my sheet back.
Okay. You feel like the Shadow Zack that you cast, there seems to be something about it. Every once in a while it seems to look back towards you, and there's an odd way that it looks about you, and you're not entirely sure what's going on with it.
Aw, it didn't blow us up.
Did not blow you guys up.
I'm not
That's
complaining.
concerning, but I'm not going to worry about it right now.
Okay, now is your Shadow Boy's turn. What is it doing?
It is... It doesn't know any better, despite me as a player knowing what this thing is. It's going to try and fear this thing.
The rambling, talking mouth thing?
Yep.
Okay. What do I roll?
Trying to get it to display.
I'm imagining like full-on Monsters Incorporated right now. Like this little kid goes boo, and the giant scary monster's like oh.
I believe I make it.
Yeah.
In fact, the Shadow Boy is frightened.
Reverse fright. No, you. Is your Shadow Boy doing anything else?
It has nothing else it can do this turn, so...
Okay, next up
It roars. Nitria... Actually, all of us need to make a frickin' save against that, damn.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that, but I decided not to, but sure. Halser, Nitria, and...
I'm
Oh, boy.
enraged, so I cannot be frightened.
That is true. So who else?
Everybody except for Halser does. Everyone, including the Boyo. If
Okay.
he's not immune, he has to roll.
That's okay. I mean, that only means that we can't move closer to it, and we have disadvantage on trying to hit it, right?
On anything you're trying to do while it's on your side.
Oh.
Okay. Certain things fail. This guy gets frightened. This thing down here gets frightened.
I have no idea what's scaring me, which is great.
Zach.
Yeah,
I can't see it.
Yeah, you cannot see it, so I don't think that it applies to you.
I mean, it's audible.
It's a scream. Yeah.
It's sound-based, but it's also like I have no idea what screamed.
Sure. So you're frightened. Ujuk, you're good. Do you have to make a wisdom save, Rav?
It says every creature, so yes.
Okay, you're frightened of your own thing.
The fuck?
This is incredibly silly.
What have I done?
And that's your Shadow Boys' turn, right?
Yep, I'm also concentrating on him.
Okay, concentration is a go. Next up is Zach, who is scared of going into the next room.
I'm scared, but I can't see what I'm scared of, so I at least have a look at the room. Oh. Literally everything I see is that.
You still don't know which one made the scary noise, but you don't want to go anywhere near it.
Hide behind Halser. Halser's big. That's what Nitra is gonna do.
I mean, problem is Halser is in the direction of something I cannot approach.
Oh yeah.
I literally cannot pass through the door. Can I do something? That wouldn't be very useful. God damn it. Why do you do this to us? Wait. No, that wouldn't work. I cast Magic Missile on that thing. Mostly so everything can get the hell out of the way.
Which thing?
The... Wait.
Can you
I'm
ping
going
it?
to Cast. That thing.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't think rulers show up in this one. For other people. I forget that. So yeah, I'm just going to Magic Missile at first level.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 12 points of damage. Fine. Make roll d100.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that. I'm so scared of the thing I forget that it's being weird. Hang
Okay.
on.
Oh my gosh.
Let me write that down.
On this day, 2 people rolled 68. So that's one of my spell slots.
Okay. You dodge out of the room so fast that you have no idea what dissonance in the weave was that just happened. But something happened.
And then, as a bonus action, I will have a magical bow that does extra poison damage. Why not?
Okay. And that's your turn, I imagine.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's your class feature enchantment thing, isn't it?
Yes, it's not an actual spell.
Okay. Now is the other thing the Parasius
Doug.
too? What?
I did not use a class feature for my Hunter's Mark. That was an actual spell.
Roll.
Oh, okay, yeah, then sure.
68. 68.
Roll the 100, Ojuk.
16.
What will happen?
If I type 100 into the roller and a hit, it should roll 2d10s.
There's a button on the bottom right that is a choose little dice. You can just click that and it'll
Okay.
pop up the formula for the D100. But yeah, it's pretty much just slash R1 D100. And then it will roll the 2d10. Okay, 15, what does that do? Oh, that's actually nice.
You all die.
You cast Fireball as a third level spell. Something you can't do.
Right? No, actually,
Plants at your feet.
the weird effect of this one is that Ojuk, you recover 5 hit points every round for the next minute.
Quickly, take damage.
But then,
Capitalize.
I'll shoot you.
so next up is the Parasius too, and it cannot move any closer because it's frightened. So it's just going to try and spit.
Yeah.
So the thing is true. I'm back, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. The thing is too frightened to move, so it's gonna waste its turn doing nothing. By the way, the frightened thing, does it? Do people get to make another save at the end of their turn?
Everybody gets another save at the end of the turns.
Okay. So Zach, make your save. No, it's still frightened.
Oh.
So is Zach.
The save is a 16, by the way.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so my 13 is adding 2 to that's not going to help.
Okay, so yeah, the creature wastes its turn. Next up is the other one with the javelins up there. It's also frightened, so it's not gonna approach. So it's gonna go ahead and attack Halser, who's the closest. It has disadvantage because it's frightened. It has advantage because of reckless, so it's just 2 straight roll attacks. Javelin, go! It misses with a 6. And it misses with a 2. It does nothing. And that's its turn.
It's definitely a good turn to Reckless.
Okay.
And it's still frightened. Next up is Nitria.
Well, she's gonna try and get her ass right out of that room. So she's gonna try a katana the thing next to her, probably at disadvantage, I think. Yeah. So 16 and 4. It's okay. It doesn't need to hit anyway.
Wait. You're attacking this creature here twice? No.
No,
No,
disadvantage.
it's disadvantage.
Oh, okay, 13 hits. You're flanking.
Oh, because flanking. Yeah, and then I don't know what the. Yeah, 4, and it's shuddering and booming energy, and Nitra is gonna be like, "I'm getting the fuck out of here because that thing's terrifying."
Oh yeah, actually you cannot move.
But
At the beginning of your turn, you have to make a strength saving throw, DC 10, or have your speed reduced to 0 because you're within 10 feet of the creature that makes the ground around it be goopy.
a strength save.
Yes, DC 10. So it should be good for you. Well, ish.
Yeah, fortunately, you should. Yeah, Nitra gets the fuck out of there.
Yeah, you can move wherever you want to go.
You're just gonna be a little bitch and hide behind Rav.
Okay. The creature does not make an attack of opportunity against you. I forgot. You're mobile.
Yep.
So yeah, is that your turn?
Yeah.
Make a wisdom saving throw for frightened. Yep, you're still frightened.
No.
You doomed us all,
I imagine-
Razak.
I imagine Nitria hiding behind Revroth going, "Why did you do
Your
this?"
thing is, why did he? Exactly. That is. I was seriously typing that up.
Tria's now terrified of everyone and everything for the rest of this fight.
So the creature that is right there, the timid Petwa, is going to go ahead and attack. It's going to attack the Halser. $16 hits? No, it doesn't. Does it?
Nope. I mean, I have 20 AC.
Wow, okay, yeah, no. 16 does nothing. And then it's going to try and spit against the Shadow Boy. So I need the Shadow Boy to go ahead and make a dex saving throw.
Dex save.
Yeah. Come on, brain, you can do it.
Nope.
Okay, your Shadow Boy is blinded
The shadow is blind.
somehow. Unless you tell me that it's immune to that.
I don't believe so.
Okay, then it's all bueno. And
I'm
then,
gonna look it up quickly just in case, but we can go with blind for now.
okay, next up is Ojuk.
Halser is no longer blind.
Halser is no longer blind. Good point.
Alrighty. I'm gonna sling this thing. So. One in front of Halser.
16 hits. 10 points of damage plus Hunter's Mark is more than enough to kill it. It dies.
Okay. Bonus action. Do I have to move before I can do that? No, it's just in range, I think. So the next creature of the same kind gets Hunter's Marked.
Okay, all the way over there in the back gets Hunter's Marked instead. Roll a d100 for me, please.
It's not having to
Oh
recast
yeah,
the
you're
spell.
not recasting. Sorry, I forget.
Okay. I'm wondering if I
Sure.
shoot from here, is it under any cover or no?
It is under... yes. Has +2 to its AC.
So,
You have to be, yeah, right at the door to be able to shoot it without any penalties. Or over there, that also works.
up there. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So I just have one shot left. Okay. So it just gets.
Okay, that hits. 7, 11, 13 points of damage.
I'm not thrilled with my position, but I'm here, and that's my turn.
Okay, next up is Halser. You're no longer blind. What are you doing?
Oh, nice. I guess it's gonna be a simple turn of move and attack. Move toward this guy and then do an attack. Normal
Okay.
attack.
Okay, just one attack. 12 misses.
Second attack.
That hits. For 12 points of slashing damage, you just bring down your great axe against this creature, and it completely explodes. By which I mean you blow it to smithereens, and it becomes pieces upon the ground. There's barely anything left of what that creature
feels good.
formerly was.
And that's it.
Alright, that's it for your turn then. Next up is Raveroth.
I am not moving towards that door, so it actually is the Shadow's turn.
Are you skipping your whole turn? You have sight to this creature down here.
Oh, I do? Okay.
You do?
Eldritch Blast.
I mean, you do have dark vision, don't you?
Yes.
So yeah, you do have sight to that creature down there.
Okay, so we will blast him twice.
Okay, you have disadvantage on these attacks. 24 hits for 11 points of force damage. And 12 hits for 14 points of force damage.
Okay. And that is my turn.
Please move the thing.
He is going to come down to...
Before you do that, you have to roll wisdom saving throw for your own frightened condition.
Oh yeah, that's right.
This was a good plan. Why couldn't you just drop
Rav, your
concentration?
Your shadow thing is on timeout forever. Or at least
Will
it's
you learn how
scream.
to use it?
The scream is on timeout.
I made it.
You're no longer frightened.
Congratulations. You're not
Why
scared
didn't
of
you
your
drop-
own monster anymore.
Why didn't you drop frightened? Or concentration?
This guy is going to come over here because it can hear this thing,
Yep.
since they are never silent. It has disadvantage because blind, correct?
Yes.
And then it gains advantage because it's frightened. So, straight roll.
Straight roll, yeah. Although the creature being frightened does not give you advantage against it, I don't think.
For the Shadow Spirit, Fury Shadow Spirit specifically, the spirit has advantage on attack rolls against frightened creatures.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's specific of the creature then. Regardless, a 27 hits for 11 points of damage. Anything else?
Yeah, put it here actually, and we're good.
Okay. Next up is Zach.
Okay, let's see what nightmare is in the next room.
There's this little
Oh,
boy
I can still see that.
And
Wonder if I can position. There we go. I can position myself in such a manner that I can see the boxy boy, but not Raveroth's pet.
Yep.
So I'm going to shoot twice
Mm-hmm. And you
with
don't
my bow of not fear.
go for it. Whatever that means.
Just need to do a thing. Blah 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 blah. Click and attack.
14 misses.
Okay.
Sixteen hits.
Plus 5 poison damage.
Alright. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, the creature dies. Apparently had only 6 hit points. Go figure.
Neat.
So yeah, it gets blown to smithereens. Anything else?
I don't have any bonus actions, so no.
Okay, make a wisdom saving throw at the end of your turn.
Oh yes. Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Oh boy.
No.
You're still frightened. And I need you to make another wisdom saving throw
Okay.
for a different effect this time around.
I
Okay.
fail that too.
The creature that you shot with your magic missiles, there was a disturbance in the force and it has since died. And when you look to the side, you see the creature, you see a silhouette of the creature just around the corner of your sight whenever you try to look around. And it's always there, just out of view, but always behind you. And it keeps on gibbering and making its insidious noise. So what happens now is that you cannot take reactions. And I need you to roll a d8 to decide what your next turn is going to be. As the creature haunts you. Okay? You will not have a next turn.
Oh, that's fine. What is wrong with this place?
Well, you are being haunted. So next up
Yes.
is the Parasiu Stew. It's going to try and strike at the Shadow Boy. Twice, why not? No, it misses. Actually, it has disadvantage, so it would have missed regardless. Also misses with a 7. It's no good. It's having a very bad day. And it uses its bonus action to keep making more insidious noises. So that's it for its turn. Next up is Nitria.
Well, there is not a whole ton she can do other than pop down, try and firebolt it, and then pop back up, because she can't really move much closer. Where is it? There it is.
Yep, firebolt
I
it.
think it's your bolt. If it decides to freaking roll. Oh wait, that's a disadvantage.
Yep. 14 hits.
Okay. It takes 14 fire damage, and then Nitra eats.
Alright.
And
Takes
makes the whiz.
10 points of fire damage, and Nitri eats and makes another wisdom saving throw. Next up is Ojuk.
Okay. Don't forget to check the wild
God,
magic.
finally.
You're free.
I'm free.
You're good.
Because Nitria rolled 10 on that D100. I'm just gonna-
That was damage for the firebolt.
Oh,
Wait, what?
It was 2d10, not what the other 100.
oh, firebolt cantrip. Not considering attack cantrips a spell? Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna pepper this thing with some ball bearings.
Go for it.
That's normal, and from a meta perspective, in wild magic zones, cantrips don't surge.
Yeah.
I mean, we did find that out last time when we were in the forest, so
Okay, that's a
It is
shit.
paste.
That's a shitload of damage. It dies. It just kapoofs and dies. And as this last creature falls unconscious, all of you guys look around to see that The Shadow Boys is still there, menacingly, being menacing. But the remainder of you guys are doing good. And a quiet falls down around you all, and you notice that at last, combat is over.
I don't want to get rid of it just yet, but I am going to order it to quickly come over here.
I'm starting to see why I blanked out.
It'll hide
starting
in
to
that
see
corner.
Sure.
I'm starting to see why I blanked out the memories of this place the first time.
Yeah, it's a horrible place.
How are the candle ghosts doing? Like, are they doing anything different?
Nope, they still just seem to be watching. They
I want to check.
They have not at all moved or done anything during this combat. They have just been sort of watching.
I want to check the little mechanical guys for anything valuable, even like valuable metal bits.
Okay, make an investigation check, Ujuk.
And nature wants to look under
This is fine.
tables. I think these are.
Mm-hmm. This next room is full with tables. There's some plates and such in them, and in general, it seems like it was some sort of a dining hall, but it's completely abandoned now.
While Ojuk is investigating the dead robot bits, I'm just going to shove one of them into the bag of holding.
Sure.
We can sort it out later.
Okay, you pick one of the robots that just got struck with an arrow, and you put it back in your bag of holding, whereas Orjuk starts to try and pick apart the pieces of the one that Halser smashed with his great axe, and there's not really any discerning, interesting things to it. These are pieces of metal, yes, but apparently there's something else that makes them alive, and just the metal itself does not do anything. So, unfortunately, it's just scrap metal. It's not even that valuable.
I wonder what would happen if you put one of these while it was alive on that altar.
Oh no.
If I was a tinkerer, I would collect this, but not today.
Zach, however, does collect the thing, and for the whole moment that you guys are there, exploring and investigating this room, the creature with the gibbering mouth keeps on haunting you, Zach, until a moment goes by, and then you look around and it's apparently gone. Meanwhile, Ojuk,
And with that, I grab the second corpse.
Ojuk, the restorative energies that were upon you, they fade by now. So you're no longer regenerating hit points.
Yep.
You made such good use of it in the meantime.
Nitria is gonna put her ear up to the door to see if she can hear anything on.
Okay, make a perception check. You do hear noises coming from the next room. Apparently talking of creatures who don't speak your language. And they seem to be trying to... You're not entirely sure, but it seems like they're trying to coordinate something or having some sort of disagreement, but they're being very loud about it. So you get the sense that they did not hear this scuttle going on in this room. Besides, this door feels warm. You get the sense that the entire next room is very warm, possibly hot.
I'll follow Nitria's lead and try and hear through this door.
Make a perception check.
Yeah.
Ojuk, you hear also noises coming from the next room. It seems to be some sort of a preparation, just like alertness It seems like whatever creatures were in that next room have heard you guys and are preparing for you to come through. However, it seems to speak a language you do not understand. And you hear both clinking of metal.
Do these doors have any sort of like barricade mechanisms on them? Like, this is a fortress type place, right?
Do these doors open in or out of this room?
What? I don't understand that question, but they don't seem to have been barricaded in any way.
Room.
It's an important question that not many people realize is important.
No,
Hey,
this. I'm back. This door seems to. This one, they swing out of the room, and there doesn't seem to be any sort of weird barricading mechanisms to them.
Alright, I think there's trouble to the south, y'all.
And these ones over here don't seem to be aware of us yet. Should we go after the ones we could get the jump on?
Yeah, but then the others might end up behind us. You want to be fighting on two fronts?
I mean, maybe it depends either way. That could really happen either way.
I mean, if the ones at the bottom are trying to ambush us, if we open the door, don't go through.
Or we have something open the door and go through that it doesn't matter so much. I mean, we can just bring him back again. Right, Rav?
I don't have spell slots right now, but otherwise, yes.
Oh.
You're still concentrating on the Shadow Boy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Have the shadow open the door.
I think. Let me look something up real quick. A point you don't have to see. So, what we could do is Nitra could go up to the door and just aim her minor illusion 30 feet into that room and just do like a loud like spooky cackle or something. Make them think something's in the room with them already.
Yeah, but we're not trying not to attract the attention of the others. Be a loud sound to this whole place.
Yeah, we're saying just in that room. In the south room. Where
Why
they're
don't
already
you do
expecting
minor
us.
illusion and have it to the back of the room go, I'm already in, or something. I don't know exactly what
Or just like this quiet hello.
yeah, go ahead.
Omewa mo shinderu.
Milady.
I'm gonna say, just for the sake of giggles, Nitra is actually going to do that.
Okay, so you're going to
Sounds
try
like a
and
plan.
I can't move my token right now because you paused the game.
Sorry. So you're all trying to go to this bottom room and minor illusion deck?
Yeah, we're gonna do the sound.
Okay.
Shinderu.
I don't recall there being a limit to how many words there can be in minor illusion, so yeah, you can make the whole sentence.
How it has been said by the creators, because the question's been asked before, is something can be said if it can fit within the 6-second casting.
Oh, great. Then yeah, you can totally say that sentence. So you're just getting real close to the door and casting that into the room. Okay. Fine. Yeah, you cast that. Minor illusion. Can you cast it on the chat so I can read a little bit of its descriptions and such?
Yeah.
Just
Sure.
to get an idea of What nonsense is gonna happen here?
So the relevant section's the sound, and it can make a check against my spell save DC if it actually tries to investigate it.
Okay, so you try and cast that through the room, as I imagine you are still trying to pay attention at the door to see if whatever's going on changes or not.
Yeah, we're good. Like, we want to see how they react.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, the creatures are going to try and make an investigation, is it? What's your spell save DC again?
I think, let me see real quick. 13.
Alright, you hear 2 sets of footsteps going away from the door.
Okay, so they,
That's easy.
she hears it going away again. She's just gonna play with them a little. She's gonna do the sound again, but closer to the door, but a little off this end. Off center, like, no, I'm over here.
Okay, you cast that again, and once again, these poor things.
How many, can we, like, ascertain how many set, like, footsteps were here? Like, I mean, not individual number of footsteps, but can we estimate about how many
There seems
people
to
we
be
hear walking around in there?
only 2 creatures in the next room, and both of them had followed the sound step to the very back. Well, as far back as you can throw your minor illusion. And then they keep pacing around, apparently confused, but then you hear noises. One of them apparently talking to one another, but you gather from what they're talking, seemingly they were not talking before, and their hushed tones, that it seems like they have noticed that the gig is up.
I mean, they can know it's an illusion. They don't know where it's coming from or what it is, though.
Yeah, but you get
Nature just
you
turns back and giggles a little. She's like, it sounds like there's only 2 of them. I think we're okay to try and get them.
Let's lock the door and go the other way.
what?
Well, it opens, I think Doug said it opens outwards from where we are, so
Is there a locking mechanism on the door?
I already.
There doesn't seem to be any sort of locks per se there.
Darn. There goes my plan to just leave them there in a pointless thing.
Well, to be fair, there
Yeah,
does
are we
seems to be a very rudimentary like lock, but it seems to be made fully of wood, and you imagine that breaking that would not take much trouble. A well-centered kick could bring down the lock and the door.
Fair enough.
Halser, kick the door in.
Yeah, like, we could just, like, we know there's only 2 of them. Hauser could, like, you're up, bust through that door and charge as far in as he could go, and we could get this going.
I was going to say, did you want the shadow to bust the door open and run through so Halser can just charge immediately?
It's an idea.
I think you should send your shadow through, and we should stay out of view at first.
But kicking the door is more fun.
How about we open the door, let the shadow in, close the door again, then kick the door in?
Fine, as long as we keep the door kicking.
Okay, so you guys are sending the shadow through, closing the door, letting Halser kick it and run in.
Yep.
more or less. I mean, in theory, the shadow also does spooks, but
Yeah, I like the idea of us sending the shadow in. The shadow spooks. Hope maybe we could get some sort of bonus that because Nietzsche was just fucking with them.
He can only do that once per being summoned.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
no
I guess
spooks
that.
then.
okay, it's pointless.
Okay, so
Break down the door.
Okay, so Halser, you prepare yourself to kick down the door. Just as you start to hear the noises of footsteps starting to approach the door once again, but still a ways away. So, I would like everyone to go ahead and roll for initiative.
Oh no, more fighting.
I mean,
Yay.
That wasn't super effective minor illusioning, but it was still amusing.
I'm gonna roll for the Shadow Boy just to get him off.
Okay, and trip plus 1d8.
the minor illusion actually put them farther away from the door, so that might help.
Yeah. Wow, you got a whole 17.
Wow. Yeah, you and Ojuk will have to fight for initiative once again.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
fine.
so all ladies first.
So,
Is it just me, or
Halser,
does eclatant ham sound delicious right now?
you kick down the door and prepare to rush, but it would seem like the creatures on the other side have also been somewhat anticipating combat, so you do not get the drop on them, and whoever rolled higher on initiative gets to go. So, the Eclatant is going to go ahead first. Let me think about what this boy is going to do. Well, they are basic boys actually, so it's just going to run up to you, I guess, and attack you. No,
Truth it.
not a whole lot of drama there. And he's going to go ahead and attack you, Halser. What is this? Oh, the thing is dead. I don't need that token anymore. Yeah, that's going to be 2 attacks against you, Halser. The creature seems to be to have no actual body, but rather be just a humanoid shape made of water, and it seems to be wearing a very heavy set of armor and wielding a trident, and is going to try and attack you with said trident.
Oh no, it's a fancy puddle.
The fanciest. So 24 to hit, Halser.
Then he hits.
And then for the second attack, that's a 22. Which also hits.
Ah, damn it. Yeah.
And
My
then for
God.
and then for the third attack,
Wait, what?
it's a 20, which also hits.
Ah, damn it.
So 25 points of damage total.
Yeah, 25.
And that is at creature's turn. Next up is Nitria.
And Ulcer is dead.
It will take a bit, but yeah, that was pretty nasty.
Nitra's getting the sense that these are pretty dangerous, and she is going to bonus action do herself a blade song. So this door, are they blocking it? It's like weird because it's in the middle of 2 tiles.
You can access this tile if you want to. They're not blocking
Okay.
it. Unless there were 2 creatures there, then they would be blocking it.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Nitra is going to first make an attempt to booming blade this one.
I was gonna say, can't you move around to flank, but
Yeah, that wouldn't help anyway. But anyways, her main intention wasn't to do that. It's to slip right past them and get down here.
Yeah, 10 is going to miss, unfortunately.
Yeah, but she still gets her mobility bonus even if she misses. So
Mm-hmm. And then you move all the way
And
down
we'll
to the other guy.
we'll actually say she moved about here, so people So the other dude will probably have to move up to her, and other people will be able to range him.
Sure.
Okay. So yeah, that'd be my turn.
Okay, next up is Ojuk.
Move here next to Halser. Pull to whip. This thing hasn't taken any damage. I only have one spell left for that to do it, so I'm going to try to whip him a couple times.
$11 is going to miss, unfortunately.
Alright.
18 just hits. For 6 points of slashing damage, even.
Okay. Let me think a moment. Should I? No, I won't risk it. Not this time. That's turn.
Okay. Ravrov.
Okay, so I need to be able to see. I will move up. That didn't help. I don't want to get any closer, but I can shoot this guy.
Okay, he has a +2 to AC because of cover, because Halser is in the way and he's hiding in between the door.
Yeah.
Ugh, +2 to AC and heavy armor.
21 does hit, actually,
Okay.
but 11 does not.
Well,
okay.
that's still 13 damage.
Yeah, 21 was a beefier hit anyway.
Actually, your whip is not magical, Ujuk, so it only deals half damage.
I figured
boy.
that might be the case.
Magical weapons. Do.
I'm suddenly very glad that Nitria has a magic sword.
Anything else, Ravrov?
Not for me personally, but Shadow Boy is going to come over here.
Give Nitria back up. Oh wait, it would take opportunity attack, never mind.
Does it have cover from here or no?
Cover doesn't quite matters in melee attacks.
Fair enough. Then he is going to Chilling Rend it.
Sure, and he's flanking. He misses though.
Yep. Oh well, he tried.
Well, actually, the thing I have here, the DM shield, it doesn't say anything about cover not being affected by melee attacks, but I don't think that should be a thing, so That's your turn. Next up is Halser.
Okay, so gonna use the bonus action to enter rage,
Mm-hmm.
then attack 2 times this asshole.
Okay.
Good plan.
That super hit. 16 misses, unfortunately.
Damn it. But still,
That's a sizable chunk of damage. However, your axe is not magical, is it?
Yes, it is. It is
It
a
is.
Berserker Great Axe.
yeah,
I think it's even a +1 weapon.
Oh yeah. that
yeah,
is
it
true.
is.
Okay, so yeah, fine. It deal the full damage.
Doug, fine.
Don't forget that your Berserker axe probably has. Oh no, yeah, the curse, you removed it. Yeah, never mind. You're good. Are you doing anything else?
I can't do anything else, so that's it for my turn.
Okay. Next up is Zach.
Okay, water elementals. Do I know if they're weak to any particular elements?
Come again?
Do I know if they're weak to any types of damage?
You don't know. You have never encountered this thing before. And you didn't have time to run research.
Fair enough. Okay, bonus action, I will guess it might be weak to lightning damage because it is wet. Claws, and yes, my claws are magical as of this level.
Fair enough.
And I'm just going to slash. That doesn't hit.
That does.
Okay, so 9 plus 5 points of lightning damage.
It takes the full 5 points of damage from the lightning.
It's not weak to it, but that's fine. Movement action. I'm just gonna stand over there.
What tiny human shield's running away? No.
Okay.
Hello, creepy
Excuse you,
clone of
tiny
me.
cobalt shield.
Next up is the Pratik Fong Sud. It's going to get closer and attack you, Nitria.
Okay.
Dun dun dun.
Oh, wow. It actually deals more damage from an ability I completely forgot about. Huh.
Hooray.
Oh, great.
So it's going to approach you, Nitria, and it's going to attack you thrice.
Okay.
The first is a miss with 16, I believe.
Yep.
The second is a 21 to hit.
You know what? We'll go for it. She's gonna shield.
Okay, you cast Shield to stop that from happening. Roll the 100.
Yes.
Oh no. Doing it on purpose.
Right.
Tell me what happens.
This is a session where our teams fight against our team.
Okay, roll a d8. Why not? Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of room for this, but as you cast shield, you see that your shield, the very bottom of your shield, well, not at the very bottom of your shield, but because it's a dome, but this dome coalesces as you move your hands around, but then you feel like your hands start to get very itchy, very fast, and then you see furry sprouts from your palms of your hands. And then these furry sprouts, they suddenly start to pop out. And one after another, you see that you're conjuring rats at an alarming rate. And eventually the ground is filled with rats.
Oh no.
Who
Team
then-
Yellow is invading.
Owl food!
And then all these rats, they kind of just, they form a swarm around your feet and carry you 30 feet this direction. But because you can't go 30 feet, you just go up to the wall and then you get banged a little bit against the Shadow Boy.
What?
Yes.
Well, if the shield didn't do anything, that certainly would.
I am the rat queen. No third attack for you, bitch. Oh wait, they can still move.
They can still move.
They have to come closer now. But I still have my shield.
And then as soon as you finish moving the rat, the swarm of rats at your foot disperses.
Oh.
And then
I don't even want to know.
the
Pulled
creature
away by small woodland creatures.
is very confused, but it gives chase regardless.
God, you've just confused the sentient manifestation of pure water.
My chaos energy is leaking.
And it's going to go ahead for a third and last attack.
I think that still hits. Yep. That's a pretty wimpy crit, though. That's okay.
Okay. However, when it attacks, each attack that hits deals an extra blah points of damage. It's a d10, but since it's a crit, it's 2d10. So you take
Dear God.
12 extra points of
It
damage.
feels like it should have been written into the damage already. But
It should.
whatever.
It's weird. A target that is hit by one or more of this attack has its speed reduced by 10 feet until the end of the blah's next turn.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, no.
I have a shit ton of movement anyway.
Yeah, so you're good. Especially if you keep summoning
Yeah.
rats. But... oh yeah, that does hit, even with shield. Yeah, that's the creature's turn.
Well, Nitria is at like half health now, I think.
Half-ish. Oh, okay, there goes the
No,
extra damage.
she's at half.
Yeah, now it's updated. Yeah, you're
These things could like maul you in a single turn.
hence why there's only 2.
And why they're called Myrmidons.
Next up is the Eclat Hum. It's going to attack Halser because you're the one who dealt the most damage to it, and it's not a fan of you right now.
A Claire Ham.
So the first attack against True Halser is going to be 18 to hit. Misses.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Second one is a 25, which hits for 10 points of damage, and then on top of that, you suffer an extra 2 points of cold damage.
So it's 7 in total.
7 total, yes. Third and last strike is going to be 18 misses.
Yep, that's a miss.
Halser is dead. Your hit points dropped all the way down to 4.
The hell?
Did you type in a bad number?
Oh no, I don't know why, but sometimes when I remove the focus from my character sheet, it goes to 0.
Weird. Yeah, that's it. Your movement speed has been reduced by 10 feet until the next creature's turn. The end of the creature's next turn. Meanwhile, it stays there, just waiting. Nitria, do your thing.
Well, ow. I'm gonna try and booming blade it. We'll see how this. Oh wait, I could bonus action quarry mark it first.
Sure.
Which I will do. And I do that to expend a use of it. If it actually decides to pop up, there we go. And yeah, I'm gonna try and attack it. And I think that hits.
19 does hit.
It takes an extra 2 from the quarry mark, and then it takes 1d8. So it takes another 3 thunder damage. It is now sheathed in booming energy, and it can't opportunity attack me. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. All the way over here.
Minus 10.
Yeah, I have 55 movement speed because of the Blade's Tongue.
Oh shit.
It like really doesn't affect Nitria.
Okay. Fine. You yeet.
Actually, we'll say she'll move diagonally for that last one because they'd have a hard time getting across that table.
Actually, they can climb on top of tables, so it would not matter much.
Well, then I guess I'll just stay there anyway.
Okay.
So, I think that's my turn.
Okay, next up is Urjuk.
It says uninjured on that one. Still.
Does it? Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
it has a shitload of hit points.
Oh.
It's called a Myrmidon. What did you expect?
It has taken damage though.
I can't see Nitria.
She's disappeared into a land that's unquestioned.
Yeah,
She's
she's gonna see if she can outrun this thing.
You just saw Nitria running, eating, like, vroom, past the
Like
corner.
very bloody Nitria running.
Yeah.
She was next to the shadow, I know this feeling.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pull the swing because the whip isn't working. And why not? Let's try wasting some flask.
I'm sure that can't possibly miss and fly into your allies.
Just to be fair, you were aiming for this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 12
One.
is going to miss, unfortunately. But the
You
wall
threw
is on fire.
to water elemental.
The wall is on fire.
Yeah, the wall is on fire because you miss and you hit the door frame.
Why not? I'll continue.
Oh boy. That misses as well. It just... You try and toss it, but this time you're just so preoccupied by how enduring this creature seems to be that you actually, instead of tossing it forwards, you kind of hold it onto your hand for too long and toss it right in front of you, and it explodes right here.
Fine. War Priest, just a basic ball bearing at it.
Wait, what? Do you have 3 attacks? Oh yeah, War Priest, sorry.
Yeah.
Never mind. 12 misses, unfortunately.
As long as he remains wise.
Oh yay, so there's burning places.
Yeah. There's
Why would you
fire
do this?
around you all, and there's a blast on the wall where your ball bearing hit. But alas, none of these strikes hit the creature. And that's action and bonus action. Are you moving anywhere?
Where you...
Ojuk? Have I disconnected again?
You have
I can
not.
hear you.
Leo, are you there? Well, he kapoofed. Next up is Revrov.
You know, next time I connect and say that everything is working really, really good, please kill me.
I told you jinxed it.
Right? Now nothing works well.
I still can't move forward because that guy is right in the door.
You can move into the room if you want.
Yes, I can, but
Yeah.
I don't want to do the opportunity attack.
But it's
I mean, you could disengage.
but it's such an opportunity.
An opportunity to attack.
So both of those are against Mr. Myrmidon here.
Both of them miss, unfortunately.
Of course they do. And Shadow Boy. Boop.
These things have more attacks than we have party members.
Okay, Shadow Boy does hit him for, 16 points of cold damage.
Not if you count Shadow Boy.
Yeah.
That is true.
Besides, Halser attacks twice. But anyway,
I mean, most of us attack twice, but okay.
anything else?
No, that'll be it.
Okay, next up is Halser then.
Okay, I guess I can't do much except exploit the flanking and attack.
Sure, go for it.
Be careful of the wall, it is burning.
It's alright though.
Well, I don't think it's gonna interact with me.
It's just for
Anyway.
flavor burn.
Okay, that's a nice start.
Flasks burn until they're put out. They do 1d4 damage for stuff that touches a 5-foot area.
And that's another great start.
That's 17. Also misses, unfortunately.
Well, that's it for my turn. Can't do anything.
Okay. Zach.
Okay. I guess I'm going to be like Butcher Pete and hack, whack, and chop that meat.
Okay. 19 hits. The guy right in front of you.
Plus, yep. Plus 4 lightning damage.
Mm-hmm.
That misses,
That does miss.
even with its spare dice. And that hits.
That does hit, yes.
With 2 points of lightning damage.
Mm-hmm.
That's my turn.
Okay. Now is Pratik Fong Sun. It saw that Nitra ran away, and it will let Nitra run away because
God damn it.
there's a flanking target right here. Gotta enjoy those flanks whenever they present
does.
themselves.
Take damage, though.
Oh yeah, it does take damage. That is true. How much?
I am rolling it right now. 6 lightning, or thunder damage.
6 thunder. Okay. Now it's barely injured. Look at that. Yeah, it's going to make 2 attacks against Zach. First is 20.
That is my AC. Well, no, 18 is my AC. 20 is even higher.
So you suffer 9 points of piercing damage plus 3 of cold.
Does that secondary damage only happen once, or with each hit?
Each hit. They have to hit though. Second attack against
yeah.
you, Zach.
They only have a +7 to hit, so unlikely that they'll hit.
14 misses. And
Yep.
next up is going to try and get rid of the Shadow Boy that hit its friend. So, Shadow Boy, that's going to be a 13 versus your 14 AC. It misses.
Yeah.
And that's it for Pratik Fong Sud. Now, as a Clant Hum, it's going to shift its focus away from Halser to hit the Shadow Boy, who attacked him. What? It was going to be a 13. Come on, dice. 12 misses, and then it tries to do an attack against Zack. 22 hits.
Unfortunately.
So Zack, you suffer 10 plus 9 points of piercing and then cold damage.
I love this part.
And then the next attack against you, Zack.
How could this happen to me? That misses.
Is an 11. And that's it for a Clant Hum. And next up is Nitria. It's not gonna move.
Well, I have lots of movement, so I'm gonna zip up right here and we're gonna conga line this shit.
Sure, that works.
And she's gonna booming blade this one again. But first she needs to make her katana attack. Oh,
14
and she
does not hit.
misses. Now to decide, does she stay up to... Let me look at things real quick. Zach gets to move before the next one.
We have a
Is Zack
reduced
gonna
movement
run?
speed.
Is Zach gonna run?
A fine question. If only I knew the answer.
Your movement speed has been reduced by 10 feet, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah. Each three. Will, you know what? She'll move here, I guess, and be next to the shadow. And maybe if Zach wants to run, that'll go okay. But she won't have to. Yeah, that's her turn.
Okay. Ojuk.
Well. The one in front of Holster is going to get a ball bearing, hopefully, to the face.
Go for it. Aha, that hits.
And it's injured.
7 and 5 and 6.
It is still alive, I imagine.
It is, it's still alive.
So he catches another one, hopefully.
That he does. You can deal this extra damage only once per turn for Colossus Slayer.
Oh, my bad.
Look at you sneaking in extra damage.
I didn't realize that this whole time. Trust me, Doug. If I had known,
It's okay.
I wouldn't have been doing it.
No, it's okay. So, 2 attacks. Doing anything else?
Party's pretty beat up, so I better do something. Yeah, Zach's gonna get a healing. We're at 2nd level. This is gonna be great.
And then you cast Fireball.
Oh,
Zach, you heal 6 hit points.
Excellent.
And Ojuk, you roll a d100. Oh, there you go. What's up with you and all these 60s going on? Okay. The Sorry. The overwhelming energy takes a hold of you, Holster. It's just too much to bear, and you fall unconscious.
No.
Until the beginning of your next turn.
Please, party, stop killing us.
oh no.
How much damage?
None.
Oh, okay.
You're just
I
unconscious.
okay.
You're unconscious, Holster, but I'm listed as dead
wait.
now.
Ojuk, you're the one who's unconscious.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
You said Holster.
Oh.
Alright.
Oh yeah, you said Arthur.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. My mind is not working today. Sorry. I said the caster.
See what happens when I heal people?
You're not there to argue.
I'm sorry, this is what 66 does.
It's tragically the opposite of nice.
I need
Okay.
to give you my wild magic shard.
Oh no.
So,
Please,
unfortunately, your turn ends earlier because you can't do anything else. Oh, Revrov, what are you doing?
Still not liking the position I'm in. So, especially with everybody gathering in the doorway. So, my turn just repeats itself.
Eldritch Blast. The first hits deals 8 points of damage, the second hits deals 8 points of damage, and the creature dissipates. And
Huzzah.
you just
Fuck yeah!
you just see the armor that he was wearing just collapse into the ground with a very loud clunk of metal noise, and the trident he was holding on also collapses on the ground. But the creature is defeated and deaded.
Oh yeah.
Let me move it over here. Actually, make it easier. On
Then I am going to move here.
Okay. What is Shadow Boy doing?
And lastly, for my turn, I'm going to inspire Zach. Just come on, don't die. Shadow Boy
thanks.
turns around and thwap.
19 hits for 19 points of damage. Wow, your Shadow Boy does a whole lot of damage.
He did roll close to max.
Okay. Okay, 19 points of damage. Anything else?
That's it for him.
Okay, next up is Halser. Who is
Okay,
conscious,
I'm gonna
by the
try to
way.
use my axe decently for once. So, 1, 3, 4, and I attack. Twice,
Okay.
hopefully doing something.
Go for it.
Gang bang!
Wow.
Yes.
The 26 does hit for 19 points of damage. The 17, however, misses.
Curse you and your full plate armor,
Damn it. Okay,
I
that's it.
guess.
It's alright, we can sell that shit for a nice hefty sum.
True.
Did you move back to charge, by the way, or I didn't see what?
No, it didn't.
Oh, okay.
It was
No,
too close.
I think charging
Also,
was
you have
kind
the
of
malus
forgotten.
on my movement speed, so yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, that's it for Halster. The creature is injured though. Next up is Zach, who is below half health, but is also inspired. What do you do?
I guess I work my way around so I can flank with myself, apparently. And let's see. I shall put that in, and then I guess claw. What's your inspiration? A D6.
My
Yes.
inspiration right now is a d6, yes.
Okay. Does
18 just hits.
cool. So that does 5 plus 5. Second attack. 18
Hits.
hits. 7 plus 4. And
22 hits.
that hits. 9 plus 2.
Fuck him up.
Anything else?
That's my movement, bonus action, and action.
Okay. Fun. So next up is the Pratik Fong Sud. It is very unhappy with you, Zach. So I believe it's fair to say that it's going to focus all of its magical shablangs onto you. So it'll attack you with its trident 3 times.
That misses.
It misses with the first. It
Oh,
does not misses with the second. So you suffer 9 points of piercing damage plus 4 cold. Last attack is a whooping 21 for
That
10
hits.
points of piercing damage, and then an additional 1 point of cold damage.
Well, I think I'm unconscious.
And just like that, the kobold hits the floor. And then it reels back, holding its trident in a battle stance, just waiting for whatever's coming up next. So, Nitria, you are up. What do you do?
Well, she's gonna try and kill this thing before it can take anyone else down. And booming blade. I do believe a 25 hit.
It does. Very much does it.
Yeah.
It fails its con save.
So disadvantage on all of its attacks if it even makes it to that turn. It's now sheathed in booming energy for what that's worth. I'm guessing Halser will probably turn it to state cubes by the time next turn. No, she will. Oh wait, Halser can move too. She's gonna move next to Zach
Okay.
in preparation to do something about it.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Ojuk, you wake up. Actually, no, you wake up at the end of your turn. You're prone on the ground and you have missed your turn, but at least now you're no longer unconscious, you're just on the ground. Ravrov.
Yeah, no, that's not good. That's very not good. Boop.
What are you doing? Ah, okay, you're healing Zach. Gotcha.
I do
I
believe
have
I've
no
been
spell
moved.
slots.
Wouldn't you have to run by that thing?
No, I could
No.
go from here. Oh yes, I would. I would get
Yeah.
a attack of opportunity against me. Rav wouldn't care, so
Okay.
Fair enough.
The creature then makes an attack of opportunity against you. I believe it hits with a 20.
yeah, since I can't shield that.
You suffer 14 points of damage total. And you make a constitution saving throw.
Oh.
The Shadow Boy is gone.
Shadow Boy is gone. And I still cast Spare the Dying on Zach,
Alright.
so he at least doesn't have to do saving throws.
So, Zach, you are stabilized. Anything else?
That is... Spare the Dying was an action, correct?
Mm-hmm. You have your bonus action.
I will...
Oh, wait. He has disadvantage in his attack.
I
Does
That-
16 hit?
barely misses.
Okay, because of your sword thing. You failed the con save.
Oh yeah.
God, it was actually useful.
Right. Normally I only
So
pocket off my reaction
then-
attack.
I'll take 14 health back, and I still have Shadow Boy.
Yeah, Shadow Boys is still there. You still have your full health.
Well, almost full health. I will... Who's coming up next? Then
Is your Shadow Boy is the
Halser.
next. Shadow Boy gets to have a turn.
Yes, Shadow Boy gets to have a turn, but Shadow Boy does not get to have an inspiration. So I will inspire Halser and say, "Come on, big guy, you can take this thing out. You have to protect our friend here.
Yeah.
Protect the midget lizard.
And also run out of this place with all that freaking beer.
Yeah, that's it. Think of the beer.
Yeah. That totally inspires me.
Okay, and then Shadow Boy gets a turn.
Go for it.
Means I need to pull up his sheet again. He has exactly one thing he can do. So,
And he fails at that.
and he fails.
You had one job.
Wow, that was a massive fail.
Oh no.
Maybe move him so he flanks with someone?
And gets
Because
up.
I'm not a valid flanking target.
Yeah.
Uh,
He would have missed anyway.
Dude.
With that.
There.
But sure.
No, I mean for someone else.
That's your.
I'd say.
That's the Shadow Boys' turn. Next up is Halser.
Okay, time to try attacking again. What was the bonus from inspiration?
you can add
D6.
a to any roll for the next 10 minutes.
Okay, so D6 for it.
You
That's
can
very nice.
you can choose to use a D6, add a D6 to the roll after you see the roll.
Okay.
Reckless may also be a good idea here, because his turn's right after yours. Oh wait, is Zach up?
No,
No.
I'm stabilized.
Yeah.
So I have no turn.
Not so sure of giving him advantage on hitting me.
Yeah, but if you don't kill him right now, he's gonna take somebody else down next turn. Like, pretty guaranteed.
Oh well, he's near dead, so good chance. It's okay, reckless attack. So I'm attacking twice with advantage.
Okay, go for it.
I click a disadvantage by mistake, but it's a 26.
26 plus 2, 28 does hit for 8 points of slashing damage.
And I guess I add the d6 for the damage then.
No.
It's a d20 roll.
Oh, okay.
Other bards can do that one, don't
Yeah,
Not
not
generic
this one.
Okay then. And then I'm gonna go with the second attack.
Uh, 23 hits for 17 points of damage, which is more than enough to take away the remaining 4 hit points that the creature had left, so it dies.
Oh, that's good.
Hatik Fong Sud dies, and once again you just see the armor that he was wearing and the trident that he was holding just collapse and cling down into the ground as the creature is defeated.
So I just noticed that for the second attack I should not have advantage.
Why?
Because
it
the
for your
advantage
whole
is
turn.
only for the first attack you do in the turn with the reckless attack.
Is it? I thought it was for everything.
Yeah, I thought it was for her whole turn.
Yeah, I thought Reckless was for all attacks on that turn.
Considering it gives
See?
everything advantage,
Oh, yeah,
attacking you for the entire next turn, it would be kind of shitty if it only gave
the-
you advantage on one.
the way that it-
Yeah, it's
the way
actually for the first attack on your turn.
No, the way that it works, it has you have to decide to do reckless on the first attack. You can do that on your second attack, but once you
okay.
decide, every attack on your turn is advantage.
Okay,
Yeah.
the wording was just confusing.
Yeah.
So.
Also,
It's just
Teacher is
so
going to give
you,
Zach a good berry.
yeah. It's just so you have
Yeah.
to decide that before you do any attacks, for whatever reason. But in any case, yeah, you kill this creature. Combat is over, and you all breathe in relief knowing that these creatures are dead, and you now have time to tend to your your lizard mage knight boy.
Rav comes up here,
Reals.
beckons for Ojuk to come into the room. Closes the door.
Before he does
the
that,
room burning.
Nitria noticed before, so after she gives that good berry to Zach, she's gonna go over here and she's gonna look down this hall, because she knows there's a hall over here now.
Yeah, at the end there's just a door and there's some water puddling underneath the door. But aside from that, you don't see anything too specific. Or chew.
Oh no, it's the water closet.
Yes, it's the water closet.
So, who wants to sleep?
What?
Who wants to sleep?
I'm
I
not
personally
so sure
think
on
you're very
sleeping.
muffled.
I think we should go into one of the starting rooms, because this one has a hallway we haven't explored with water coming out of it, and we just fought water things that like really fucked us up.
So what are you saying? We should go lock ourselves in the beer closet and just drink for 8 hours?
I don't know about 8 hours,
Well,
but
I approve that plan.
I was
Seems
thinking
wise.
8 hours because I can summon a little tent for us that nobody can come into.
I mean, sure, but don't we also know about like the Feywild's time distortion and spending?
You don't know about that, actually. The only thing that happened is that the guild told you guys to avoid spending more than a day in here.
Yeah.
They never mentioned anything to do with time distortion or what.
I believe the
I
reasoning
think
is
if we
the
don't get
entrance may not be there. Or something.
Yeah, but I think if we don't get a long rest, we're gonna die. So
I'm looking at how beat up everybody is, and it's
Well,
not so good.
I have 2 healing potions and have not touched any of my hit die, so I can use a short rest to fully recover.
I'm down to 2 spells. I'm
I can use
out
the short
of-
rest, but it's a bit too risky, I would say.
Yeah, like, I mean, Rav does have the hut, which certainly helps. But it's like if anything decides to wander through here and finds the hut, the thing about the huts is they are by no means camouflaged. Like things can just kind of wait outside to fuck us up.
Theoretically, we could go back on the roof.
The
You're
roof
right.
wasn't any better in that regard. The only thing about the roof is that there was a hill that is elevated enough that you could go walk from the hill into the roof, because this side of this fortress has been kind of engulfed by the earth. So the roof and the ground around it was at the same level, sort of.
Ultimately, Nitra could probably be okay with a short rest, but like if you guys really want to go for a long rest, we could. Maybe.
I think it's the best idea.
Well, I will say that, yeah, we used most of our skills, though it's risky.
I mean, spells in general are kind of risky at the moment,
Yeah.
on account of the whole wild magic thing. So not getting them back's not
Fair.
that much of a train smash.
Well, if that's the case, I would say I'm okay with a short rest.
Yeah, you did not even get a level of exhaustion. You don't need a long rest.
Well, if people are willing to spend their hit die, then I guess we can take a single short rest.
Yeah.
I don't think I've spent a hit dice once in this campaign, so
Alright, so let's retreat to the wine room and take a short rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I
So-
will call it a fun rest.
So all of you guys
Oh, no.
you make your way back through the rooms all the way over to the booze room, to gorge yourself in possibly some ale or not, I don't know, up to you. But regardless, you find yourself. Let me put you over there, Oshuk. You find yourselves in a safe enough spot where you can rest for a while and recover. Well, treat your wounds, so to speak.
We lost Rav too.
Wait, what?
We have Rav's clone monster chocolate.
What? You mean the Shadow Boy?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
My
Yeah.
brain doesn't always work. This is fine.
The concentration on that has elapsed, so the Shadow Boy is gone. I believe he stays for an hour, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, he's gone. Before the rest is over, he's gone.
Instead of actually taking the rest for the rest of them, I'm gonna climb up the rope and I'm gonna cast Goodberry while outside.
Okay, so as everyone is resting, you make your way outside Ojuk, and once you're there, you cast Good Berry. How many berries are you making?
I only had 2 spell slots left, so 20 berries.
2 first level spell slots?
1 first, 1 second.
You can use your second to make a... Oh no, you can't cast Good Berry, can you?
Well, I can use the slot, but it doesn't do anything to it.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, so you can make 20 Good Berries. Do you want to do that?
I'm going to.
Okay.
Does wild magic still happen up on top of this place?
Of course, it's not just in the places, in the surrounding environs. So, yeah, since you're casting 2 spells, you need to roll at the 100 twice.
Yeah, and this makes me glad I got away from the party for their sake, but I'm wondering about my sake. Oh dear.
So, Ojuk, you climb the rope that has been hidden. As you get all the way to the rooftop, you walk a ways away, and then you cast Good Berries. You make 10 Good Berries. Make your roll the 100. Let's see what happens. Okay. 58 and 54. Let me find out what that does. Da-ba-da-ba-da. Okay. For the 54, thankfully nothing happens. But for the 58, boy.
Everyone dies.
No, as you
Falls unconscious.
as you cast Good Berries, your hands are filled with Good Berries, and as you just as you feel the surge of energy happening around you, you pocket them as fast as you can. But then the ground beneath you just shakes, and out of nowhere, seemingly water is conjured at an alarming rate, and a geyser forms under you, and it launches you 50 feet up in the air.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
And everyone is far away enough that they don't notice this happening. So Ojuk, you fly up 50 feet up in the air because of this geyser, and then you start falling. I don't imagine...
I don't have feather fall, and I'm out of spells.
Okay.
It's gonna hurt.
So you fall 50 feet from the geyser, landing back on the grassy hills where you had just casted Good Berries, and you suffer 25 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, 3 6s.
It's about half my health.
That was fucking ruthless.
And unfortunately, as you try your best to land, it doesn't quite help, and you suffer a whole lot of damage. But at least you're alive.
That's when you go like, am I near trees? Can I whip and swing? That'd be pretty awesome.
That would be pretty awesome. But unfortunately, no. You managed not to shatter your ankles or any bones in your body, but you definitely bruise yourself as you fall 50 feet up. 50 feet of height. And as you fall back down, you groan for a solid minute before standing up and making your way very slowly back towards the cave where everyone is resting.
Hey, Oshuk, how have you... Oh, God.
Are the bones supposed to look like that?
I confirm the outside is just as dangerous to cast spells as the in.
What did you try to bang this time?
The ground.
Just
Let me
made some
guess, it was a
berries.
wink guy.
I got the ground too excited.
It blew if... Oh, no.
Well, I'm gonna eat 10 of these and hold on to the other 10, and that was a negative loss or net loss.
So, I mentioned the spells being generally not the best idea. This is why.
So
I mean, to be fair, he tried to leave.
yeah, I mean, at least it didn't collapse against the ceiling.
I mean, how high is the ceiling?
30 feet.
I would have taken more damage in here, probably. Because I would have bashed against the ceiling moving that fast. That would have been that damage. And then I would have hit the floor of this place, the 30 feet back down. I probably would have died.
No, you would have hit the dome. And the dome's 10 feet up, I think. So it would have actually shortened the fall if you decide not to go through it. I don't know if that's how that works. I think, nope. Maybe. I don't know.
It's
Fine.
It's a complicated thing, and thankfully it happened on the outside. But in any case, after you pull yourself back into the hidey hole where everyone is staying, you can still take your short rest, Ojuk.
I also have a potion of healing if you want to take it as an action with max hit die shenanigans.
Yeah, you can do that as well.
Let's start with a dice.
I mean, the potion would heal, what? 2d4 is 10 plus... It would heal 20 hit points straight up.
2d4 is 8.
Yeah, plus 2.
Yeah.
So it's plus 2. So it'd be 10. Oh, you're saying per potion.
Plus his...
Yeah,
Yeah,
per
well,
potion.
that and his hit die. I think he can spend a hit
Okay.
dice with the healing
Yeah,
potion
for
as
each
an
potion,
action.
each potion that you drink, you can spend one hit die if it's the basic potion, and you would recover the maximum out of your hit die, Ojuk. So that would be 8. So you would recover 18 points per potion.
Ajuk is also a ranger, though, so he does still have a
Yeah.
d10 hit dice.
Oh yeah, that is true. Never mind. 20 points per potion if you drink a potion instead of recovering hit points by rolling hit die on a short rest.
Alright, yeah, I'll do that. I'll drink the potion. Get 20 points back. That'll put me at full. Instead of fighting with the rest.
And now you have 20 good berries.
Whoop.
Well, wait a moment. Okay, so
Nitria got back a spell slot, and her gift of alacrity is still going, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
just
yes,
drinking the
that's
potion
right.
without taking any good berries gave me 38 hit points. So
See, that's right, I have 3 points to work with. Take a mana point. And a second level spell.
So all of you recover some hit die. Well, not hit die. You recover some hit points by rolling some hit
Actually,
die. Some of you also recover some of your abilities at the end of a short rest.
Actually, just recover all my mana points because spell slots are evil.
Atria, for some reason, didn't get back her blade song, even though she is supposed to get that back.
Probably it's not configured in the effects for the thing that it comes back on a short rest.
Yeah. Dude.
Gotta say, do I do a wisdom saving throw or I get completely drunk with all this ale?
Oh no.
I mean, are you drinking all of the ale?
I mean, it's ulcer, of course it's gonna try.
Fair enough.
Atria, like, put her hand on Halser. She's like, maybe let's make this a celebratory thing?
Oh, come on, just a glass, just to taste it.
We don't have glasses.
Well, then just a barrel. It contains liquid.
Just a barrel.
Yeah.
Fighting with these sheets is fun. But,
Just 10 gallons. Not much.
Yeah, I can totally take it.
So, are you
I mean-
drinking a gallon?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm literally gonna drink a few handfuls if I can get a hold of it, because ouch.
So,
Atria is just gonna watch and die inside.
so Holster, you pick up one of these barrels. Some of them are broken and apparently have leaked, and whatever alcoholic beverage was in them that has leaked has since evaporated. So the barrels are empty. But you do find a few
Oh, thank
barrels.
God.
You do find a few barrels who still have their contents within, and you pick one of them, one of the smallest ones, and you just open it and you smell in the fragrant aroma of the booze, and then you just start drinking it swig after swig until eventually the entire barrel is gone. So, you
So, question, how does it taste?
come again?
I mean, how does it taste? The ale.
It tastes odd in a way that it's somewhat sweet but not too much. And every time you take a sip, there's this distant memory in your mind that keeps trying to show up in your mind, and it's almost as if the taste reminds you of something, but it's always out of grasp, and you keep drinking, trying to remember. Every time you take the sip, you feel like the memory is a little bit closer, but it never gets too close, and eventually this sweetness, it starts to mellow out and feel like almost as if you're drinking just pure water. Of
Oh,
course, it tastes a little bit like water with a little, very, very faint taste of sweetness in your mouth, somewhat fruity here and there. But as it goes down your throat, then it goes down almost burning. And you can feel that it makes you almost shudder. And it's been quite a while since any sort of ale or drink has made you shudder in this manner. And you can feel that this, whatever this is very strong, or at least has some very weird effect upon you.
Wow.
Oh,
The
Guys,
rest of
this
us
is
noticed
good shit.
willing himself to death.
so what did Oshuk say?
Did any of us notice, Doug? Did any of us notice him, literally just breathing this stuff in?
Well, of course, you notice that he's downing an entire barrel very fast, but aside
Because it is Halser, I'm going to ask for a little bit before he downs it all.
sure.
Yeah,
Pacing
not for
also.
sharing.
Uh,
Actually point to the barrels to everybody and say, wow, this is really good shit. This is the best adventure we ever had.
so
Yeah,
who else is
And we're
taking
not going to
sips?
remember it in the morning.
Who else is taking sips of the fey ale?
Fair.
I already said I'd take at least a couple handfuls.
Sure. And Reverend
Idra
as
would
well?
probably try it in like a dips finger in and taste it kind of way, but I think that's about it.
Okay. What about you, Zach?
Zach's good. He
Okay.
already has a barrel. He doesn't need more. So I suspect he'll be carrying more than the barrel back.
Definitely. So, Nitra, you also feel this weird taste as well. This memory kind of tries to surface in your mind, and as you taste it, and you feel almost this impulse to keep drinking just to get this memory back, because it feels so tantalizingly close, and you are like, "What is this? I need to know." But then you control yourself not to give in to this impulse. Whereas everyone else, sans Zach, gives in fully. So I need a Halser, Reverov, and Ojuk to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. I'm adding my 10 to that. So, 20.
Well, it's appropriate with drinking.
It's so fitting that Hauser nat 1 on that.
Yeah, I'm adding my card to that too.
Okay, what's your card, Ojuk?
7.
So that brings it to a 16. Okay.
But what if you want to fail?
No, failure is
Yeah,
quite
this is
bad.
a roll where I will not add an ace even if I add it, because it's too perfect.
Right? So, Rev and Ojuk, the two of you drink and you feel a similar memory, each particular to your own, surfacing in your mind. And you, as you keep drinking, and then at some point you just think, wait, this is not me. This is the drink itself trying to work its way into my mind and forcing me to drink by providing me with this, by teasing me with this memory. And you realize that this drink is in some way trying to alter your mind. And you stop drinking after a moment and you're like, no, wait, no, we should not be drinking this. And just leave it be.
Oh no.
Alcohol is a mind-altering substance? Who would have thought?
You, however, Halser, you have a very vivid memory almost. And you remember the fields and the hills and the mountains back home, where you used to live with the herd, and all of the other servants that also lived with you over there. And you remember very vividly their faces as they walked by around, saying hello or goodbye or going about their business as you went about your own business. You remember what your life used to be. You remember how everything was good, everything was very nice. And eventually there's this lingering feeling of, in the distance, responsibility calling out to you. This feeling that you need to do something worthwhile with your life. And this distant memory just keeps almost getting to a point where you feel some sort of apprehension as you think to yourself, I need to go and follow this responsibility. I need to do something with my life. But then something different happens. You hear the voice of the wilds, the same voice that sent you in this voyage that you have been enduring. This voice comes through you in your mind and starts to say things to you, different things from the ones you have heard before. It seems to encourage you, Halser. It keeps telling you that you're this close, ever so close, to being the world champion in ale drinking. And if you ever stop drinking, you're not going to win. And you're going to lose that opportunity, that chance. You're going to lose that prize. And you think back to yourself, I cannot let this opportunity pass me by. I need to be the biggest, the world champion of ale drinking. This is my life. This is what will give my life purpose, is to really give in to all this booze. And you just keep on drinking and drinking and drinking until the entire barrel is gone. And as you lower the barrel and look around the room, you look to your party mates and your mind's a little bit wonky and you're nearly seeing double as you're not entirely... Well, you're very inebriated by now. You're swaying a little bit from side to side, and even though you're clearly drunk, you still think, if I ever stop drinking, if I ever let go of my booze, if I ever let go of this, I will lose. And if I lose, my life makes no sense anymore. This is what I was born to do. So, Halser, you have a new character flaw, which is you cannot ever fathom to be sober, ever again.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
This is different from normal house or house.
right.
So,
You mean he didn't already have that flaw?
oh, but now it's even worse. So, as it happens, you're very inebriated, so I'm going to say that you have a disadvantage on dexterity saving throws and ability checks, because you're drunk as shit. However, you do have advantage on charisma checks and saving throws, for as long as you keep drunk. If you ever sober up, you will have disadvantage on charisma saving throws and ability checks, and intelligence as well.
Wow.
This is fine.
This is
Yeah,
I
fine.
wasn't good at that anyway.
So now Moose Jesus is drunken Moose Jesus.
He will figure out how to make water into wine sometime.
Eventually, maybe eventually, we'll figure it out and take him to a temple. Be fine.
Hopefully. But yeah,
Right now, it just looks like normal Hauser.
Yeah.
yeah, normal halter except a little bit
The temple of Rehab.
just normal halter, but a little bit more tipsy. You are, however, altered mentally, halter. You're swaying from side to side, and you're very drunk. So you have this disadvantage on the dexterity, anything. Just keep that in mind. And every day,
You've disadvantage on dexterity.
yeah, and every day you will need to, whenever you start to sober up, you will need to chase beer, ale, whatever alcoholic beverages you can get as soon as possible. It's a phobia of yours to be sober now. So that should be fun.
If Zach will let me, I'm going to stick the female warlock skull in the bag of holding.
Why have you...
Because I just wanted to hang on to it.
I'm more amazed that you didn't put it in earlier, to be honest. But fine.
Alright, where's the rest of us we can be? We want to get back to this insanity?
It's fine. This is fine.
We got like 15 minutes to try to get ourselves killed.
Onward.
Just a second, I'm writing down all these things. Disadvantage on wisdom and intelligence.
Oh yeah, I need to add the
And
Myrmidon armor and weapons into our loot.
oh yeah, you did loot that. The Myrmidons, they dropped two sets of plate armor. Full plate, by the way.
And 2 tridents.
And 2 magical tridents, so they're +1.
Ooh.
Yes, please.
But that's all they do. They're just a +1 to hit and to damage. You don't get the cool freeze effect that they had, because that's a thing from the creature itself, not the trident.
That's a Myrmidon thing, not a trident.
Well, we've been here for an hour. If Reveroff was trying to identify all this, how does things identify us?
Come again?
I think 3 of us can identify it.
Oh yeah, you identify the plate armor to be just plate armor. It's heavy armor. It's pretty good, but that's about it. And the tridents, they're 2+1 tridents. And the armor is not at all magical.
Well, those will sell for a pretty penny.
Yeah.
Yep.
Each set is worth 1,500.
If we can find a armor craftsman with some magical ability, I would love to see what they can turn one of those sets into.
Can
Alright,
you wear heavy armor
can-
now? Oh,
You
you're
can now.
No.
war domain.
Well, I could.
Wait,
But I'd
aren't
rather
you a war priest?
Yeah.
Can't
They-
war priests
they-
wear heavy armor?
They do. That's their first feature. Quite literally.
Yeah, but I'd rather see if they could make it into some type of enchanted breastplate or something.
Well, yeah, but in the meantime, especially since you just lost a shield,
This is true.
maybe it's a good idea to
Well,
just
depends.
outfit
What's
yourself.
your AC right now?
My AC right now is 16. I'm thinking the risk of becoming encumbered.
Well,
Oh,
the
yes, that's a
heavy
thing.
armor weighs not that much, I don't think. Let me see.
Full plate.
Yeah, full plate armor.
Plate weighs 65 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Besides,
will put me over 100, even without the breastplate.
well,
I mean, you can move, you'll just be slow.
what are the things that you're carrying in the bag of holding? I mean, I imagine most of your inventory is in the bag of holding, isn't it?
This is true.
Yeah.
So there's
So,
probably a
um,
whole lot of things there that are not actually weighing down on you.
Rav is going to shove his quarterstaff into the bag of holding and take one of the tridents.
Okay.
Nice.
One trident.
Actually, can Rev use that? I think tridents
Hexblade.
are martial.
He is a hexblade.
Oh, okay.
I am automatically proficient with whatever I make my hex weapon.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I think that's Pact of the Blade.
Uh,
I think a hexblade warlock is just proficient in martial weapons.
oh yeah, there's
Medium
also
armor.
that. That's right. Hexblade just makes it so that I use my intelligence or my charisma instead of my strength.
Correct.
Okay.
In any case, the trident is a versatile weapon. It deals 1d6 piercing damage. If held with two hands, it deals 1d8, and you can throw it. So it's like a spear,
20 to 60 feet.
but it's martial. Instead of poking only once, it pokes 3 times. Because there's 3
Three times
points.
the pokage.
Yeah. Did you figure out if you're gonna wear the armor, Ujuk?
Well, that's what I was trying. How do I import items again? I'm having a derp moment.
The second to last tab is the companion tab. In it, you can possibly find items. If you open up the items little thing, you can type in the name of the armor. That should be Plate. And you will find there a lot of Plate things. And then you can just drag it from the little window into your character sheet. Should be plate armor. Oh yeah, it also gives you disadvantage on dexterity stealth checks.
Yep.
But he cancels that with his
Yep.
thing of
With his cloak.
elfiness.
So there you go.
Thought I was right. I'm encumbered.
Are you encumbered? Let me see what else weird stuff you're carrying about and around.
Not much, just minuscule items.
Oh yeah, you're carrying wait. Oh no, yeah, that's right. You're carrying a whole lot of stuff. Maybe you should throw some of it away or put it in a bag of holding. Who knows? In any case, there's yeah, if you find a way to lower your weight, your total weight, your encumbrance. That's so you're not fully encumbered. You're good. Otherwise, you can keep on going. You're just moving a little bit slower. Your movement speed drops by 10 feet, but because you're already a fast boy, your movement speed becomes 25, which is still pretty good. I believe it's... Oh no, yeah, that would be the lowest. I forgot that kobolds move normally.
Yes.
But yeah, you would be moving as much as a dwarf normally would be able to. So there you go.
Or a halfling.
Or a half.
Or a gnome.
Or a gnome. But in any case, all of you guys prepare yourselves a little bit after resting in the tiny hut. After a long drinking band where Holster just kind of overdoes it. And then the rest of the party gets very concerned, but then everyone also patches themselves up, especially Ojuk, who nearly broke himself down falling from a ludicrous height. And all of you guys get ready to keep on going into this weird place where magic gets super funky. And I believe that this is where we'll leave it for today, folks. As you guys prepare to go even deeper into these ruins. The ruins of Matia Pavarai and decide. Well, not necessarily decide, but see what new nonsense waits you in the next few rooms. So, alright, this is it for today, you guys. You did it. You played the D&D.
And we didn't die.
Yay, we kinda survived.
Almost.
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 We came out worse than we came in.
But richer.
And full of beer.
And full of fail ale. Or fail.
I was thinking of selling it, but I don't think we'll be allowed to.
It's fine.
Morally not allowed to sell
This
it.
is the best
Well,
shit.
I mean, think of
No.
it this way. You sell this stuff, and you have a very dedicated customer after that.
That sounds dangerously like drugs.
It's fine.
I mean, alcohol is a drug. I'm sorry to be the first person to tell you this.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Yeah. It is a drug. People just like to tell themselves that somehow it's different.
That is
Same-
true. I
same
forgot
with
all
coffee.
about that. But in any case,
Don't
Is-
do coffee, kids.
oh yeah, kids up in the alleys are snorting up coffee.
No.
It's great, man.
Don't do it, kids.
I
But in
just
any-
thought of
He's
this.
so awake.
no, don't do it.
I'm woke, brah.
You will die.
I just
what?
thought of like a dude I knew that sold oregano to middle schoolers, and they'd be like, "Man, this stuff gets us so fucked up."
I mean, I imagine you'd be fairly fucked up if you snorted oregano.
Oh, like they smoked it. They thought it was weed,
Weird. But
but they got placebo high.
But don't do that regardless. But in any case, you guys, thank you guys for playing, and thank you everyone over on Twitch for watching this weekly nonsense that we like to call D&D. It is nonsensical, but it is also being slowly compiled into a wiki which you can read and try to make a little bit of sense out of this nonsense. And who knows, maybe in a few decades people will be totally writing up stuff about this, and maybe someone will make sense of whatever's going on in here. If that's not too much up your speed, because reading is for people who actually have time, and nowadays nobody has time for nothing, you can instead watch our episodes, and because the visuals, I mean, they're really great, but they're not the most important part of it, you can always turn these episodes into an audio show and listen while you do other such things, like, I don't know, driving, or washing dishes, or just sitting there watching something other visually, but listening to some D&D, because podcasts are the way to go. And other than that, we'll be having another D&D game in about 2 hours with Team Yellow. So if you're super into D&D, come back to check that up. And if you're still really missing some D&D in your life, you can come back on Saturdays when Team Green will be playing some more D&D. And if you're still not over with D&D, well, maybe you all should start playing because it's an amazing game to play with your friends. So other than that, I hope you guys have an amazing week. If we don't see each other again in about 2 hours when there will be another game. And other than that, hope you all have an amazing time doing whatever it is that you guys do with your lives. So that is it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye, Twitch. Bye-bye.
Oi.
Goodbye.